Welcome to the California Citizens Redistricting Commission. Today we are continuing our meeting from last week, which we needed to extend. Please note the continuation order that was placed on our website. We are continuing on agenda item number 2 with the response to the visualizations that we reviewed last week, with a read back of the notes that were captured by staff. Before we get started, however, let me start with roll call. Alvaro, you want to take the roll?
Yes, Chair. Commissioner Sanai.
Here.
Commissioner Taylor. Commissioner Toledo.
Here.
Commissioner Turner. Commissioner Vasquez. Commissioner Yee.
Here.
Commissioner Ahmed.
Here.
Commissioner Akutagawa.
Here.
Commissioner Anderson.
Here.
Commissioner Fernandez.
Presente.
Commissioner Fornashari. Commissioner Kennedy.
Here.
Commissioner Lamont.
Here.
And Commissioner Sadwani.
Here.
You have a quorum, Chair.
Thanks so much, Alvaro. Before we get started today, I just wanted to make a few announcements. Given that today's meeting is a continuation of our meeting from last week and was unplanned, unfortunately, we were unable to secure ASL interpretation for this meeting. That's certainly a concern for us, because ensuring that as many Californians as possible can watch and participate in this process is really important to the Commission. Unfortunately, scheduling is what it is, but in our archival of today's meeting, we will be adding in ASL interpretation for viewers to watch in the very near future. So I did want to provide that update, and I do believe closed captioning will still be available for today's meeting. We're going to start today, I believe, with Jose Eduardo, who's going to continue with the reading of notes, followed by Kimberly, who will also be reading additional notes. And then we will move to public comment later this afternoon. We'll provide additional instruction on how to call in to the Commission if you are a member of the public and looking to call in. As a reminder, you can always visit our website and submit a comment through our online feedback form, which is available under the meetings tab for this meeting. There's a link to that form. You can also always send us an email in any language, and we will do our best to have it translated and updated on our website. So with that, Jose Eduardo, thank you so much for being here today, and we look forward to hearing the review of the notes from last week.
Good afternoon, Commissioners. Thank you so much. Thank you, Chair. I'll be reading the notes from the visualization comments for for zones V, D, F, and G. To start off, we have page 1 of handout B, and that is West Bakersfield 1013, Commissioner Turner. Visualization A, Bakersfield and Tehachapi. She likes that visualization. Commissioner Turner also likes visualization B, which keeps Southeast Bakersfield, and she wants to make sure that Bakersfield is kept with Benton, Cottonwood, and La Cuesta together. Commissioner Turner, visualization B, which keeps Fresno whole. Commissioner Turner, visualizations that keeps Stanislaus with Lodi, Linden, Lockford, Oakdale, Knights, and Ferry. Commissioner Turner wanting a visualization that includes Mountainstown House and Tracy up through keeping Stockton whole. That's a priority. Commissioner Turner, a visualization that goes around left roof Manteca, and keeps Tracy with Stockton, also keeping Stockton together. Commissioner Turner, visualization B, keeping Lemon Hill, Fruit Ridge, Pocket with Elk Grove and Florin together. Commissioner Vasquez, keeping Three Rivers and Visalia together, which is visualization B. Commissioner Vasquez, keep Mexican Colony with Shafter and all of those communities, all of those smaller communities together. Commissioner Kennedy, visualization that keeps Sonoma, Lake, Mendocino together. Commissioner Sine, visualization that keeps Lake, Napa, and Sonoma together as well. Commissioner Sine, go with visualization B 151, which is Sacramento City and West Sacramento. Commissioner Fornishari, visualization that keeps Tulare, Fresno, Kings, making sure that smaller communities are kept together. Commissioner Fornishari, consider a visualization that keeps the coast with other coast communities and not with inland part of the Northern California. Commissioner Kutagawa, consider a visualization where Humboldt not be together with the North. Consider eastern portions like Siskiyou, Shasta, Tehama, and Modoc. And it seems like based on COI input, they also wanted some of the coast to be considered there with Trinity. Commissioner Kutagawa, looking at page 9, if you look at page 8 as well, which is the same PDF, a visualization that keeps El Dorado, Placer, Inyo, parts of Madera, and parts of Fresno. And if there's a possibility that which keeps deviation which is minus 7.56 to be about 5%, since it is wide enough already. Commissioner Kutagawa, under a visualization A1 on page 6, it is the eastern part of the counties, a visualization that includes Tuolumne, Inyo, and a portion of Kern County is included. She considers it a tail portion, which is a portion of Kern County. It is a little odd, so there's can the drawers do a revision there? Commissioner Kutagawa, please remove Bakersfield, remove all of the urban areas, and try to keep it as close to the mountains and to the east as possible. Commissioner Toledo, A1, visualization A1, Lake may be better suited with Mendocino and Sonoma rather than with Napa. Commissioner Toledo, the northern part of the state, which is visualization with Humboldt and Del Norte and Trinity. Trinity may be best fit with the northern state potentially, and there might be some conflict of communities of interest in Humboldt and Del Norte. Commissioner Anderson, page V, visualization B, page 9. It is the northeast. That area would like to add Butte County and take out Sierra and Nevada. Commissioner Anderson, then moving to page A, which she would like to add Sierra Nevada to page 8 as well. Commissioner Anderson, get rid of the Fresno area and stay with northern part, hills of Madera, if possible. If there's a need to go farther south from Inyo into Bakersfield is also possible. Commissioner Anderson, take Glen and Butte, then Glen and Butte and Plumas, and put those in the north. Then you also have Colusa, Sutter, Yuba, and Yolo together. Commissioner Sine, consider keeping the far north together for forest management purposes. Commissioner Fernandez, visualization B, which is VADV, Delta, move Freeport, Hood, Cortland, and remove, making it more of a Yolo County to Williams and Napa.
Jose,
Yes.
Eduardo, on the keeping the north together for, it wasn't, I thought it was more, I was reminding folks that that's why we kept it together.
And I have noted here that you put it's just a consideration, not a direction.
Okay,
And Commissioner Fernandez, I'm moving Commissioner Fernandez, visualization B, page 4, entitled, excuse me, it's El Dorado Hill. Commissioner Fernandez likes this visualization. Also, Commissioner Fernandez, visualization B creates, but also create a visualization for the North Shasta based on community input, communities of interest input. Commissioner Fernandez, visualization B, ADV1, page 5, south of Sacramento, which combines Fruit Ridge Pocket in the Sacramento area, all the way down to Elk Grove. Consider looking at CBAPs for the Latino, Black, and Asian, which are high. So we'll look at this for a possible BRA coalition district. Commissioner Fernandez, visualization B, which is on page 7, ADV1. It is a good visualization. Consider Commissioner Fernandez, DV1, page 2, which is Tracy. This one is, again, the high CBAC for Latino, Black, and Asian. Would also like to look at this as a possible coalition for BRA. Commissioner Fernandez, ADA, page 1. Keep the coastal counties together from Del Norte all the way down, down as far as you can go. Commissioner Fernandez, page 2, ADA. That is Merced, West Fresno. Also high Latinos, CBAC. Like to look to see if there's a possible BRA coalition district. Commissioner Fernandez, ADA, page 3 is Central North, likes this visualization as well. Commissioner Fernandez, page 4, the Sierras, Calaveras County, visualization that grabs more communities which may have more commonalities. Hoping that the public can also give input on that. Commissioner Fernandez, ADA, page 5, West Placer and Granite Bay and Roseville. Would like to see if there's if it's possible to for the full sum of Orangedale, if needed. It would be good to take out Rio Linda and add Alberta, as well as Antelope, just for the numbers so that it could be considered. Commissioner Fernandez, ADA 6, the North Sacramento County, take Orangevale and Folsom out of that visualization and add Citrus Heights and possibly Rosemont, Vineyard, and Wilton to that one as well, or to a separate visualization. Commissioner Fernandez, ADA 7, leave as is, West Sacramento combined with Sacramento. Commissioner Fernandez, ADA, page 8, South Sacramento and North San Joaquin, from Clarksburg to Rio Vista. Would like to remove those two communities out and put it more towards the Yolo County up to Williams, if possible. There is also a high Latino, Black, and Asian CBAP. Would like to see a possible BRA coalition. Commissioner Fernandez, 88, which is on page 9, Stockton area, looking for a possible BRA coalition on that one as well. Commissioner Turner wants to see different visualizations for Central Valley. The visualizations for San Joaquin should not remain the same based on new COI input. Commissioner Taylor, desert communities should remain together. Palmdale, Lancaster community, based on the community input heard, they should stay intact in a single district. Commissioner Vasquez, Lancaster and Palmdale absolutely have to stay together. Make sure that small towns are kept together. Commissioner Fernandez, SDA page 7, remove Placerville. Recommend taking out the counterpart piece as well. Commissioner Anderson, Ridgecrest specifically asked or said not to be placed with San Fernando or even Inyoke. So would modify that if needed, put with Kern, even if we add a piece of Kern with Tulare. Commissioner Anderson, A1, take out Sierra, Nevada, Placer, El Dorado, and add Colusa. Commissioner Anderson, add Sierra, Nevada, Placer, El Dorado to essentially the eastern part, what you would call the foothills and Mono Inyo. Commissioner Anderson, put Yolo with Solano, tried to do a delta area by getting a tail out of Sacramento into Solano County for population purposes. Commissioner Anderson tried to keep San Joaquin together. It would remove a chunk of that portion and add with Calaveras and Tuolumne if needed for population. Commissioner Anderson, Merced with Madera is also more than 5% over deviation. So that's a large population already. It would, if possible, take parts out of Madera and Fresno and put it with this visualization. Use eastern portion of Fresno possibly and grabbing Tulare. It could also be considered a BRA district. Commissioner Vasquez, splitting cities in half rather than leaving little bits of big cities to bend for themselves. Another district feels like a more equitable place to start. Just to clarify, if necessary, splitting bigger cities rather than smaller communities. Commissioner Catawba, Eastern Sierra District, keeping Calaveras, keeping a district that has been that can honor the Eastern Sierra region in one district. It is important that is better to go north, south than to grab west for more population. So making sure that there's a district that respects that community input. Creating splits west of Madera and Fresno counties, and its difference between being on the valley floor versus being in the mountains, as noted in community input. Commissioner Kitagawa, visualization B, which is SDBECA, Ridgecrest, move down and include Lake Isabella. They would prefer to stay with Kern, consider going east, and could go farther south into San Bernardino County. Two visualizations there, one that would exclude that portion of Kern and go farther south into San Bernardino, as far as Fourth Irwin and maybe going into Bakersfield. Commissioner Kitagawa, keep El Dorado and Placer together. Commissioner Toledo, which is SDA map, keeping CSQ model, try to keep the Hupa together as well as the Kuruk tribe. Both tribes want to be in different areas, but possible to keep tribes whole. Commissioner Fernandez, Butte, Solano, which is the SDA on page 2, visualization SDA page 2, potentially have Solano in there with together with Yolo. Try to keep Yolo and Solano together. Commissioner Fernandez at Yuba, Sutter, and Colusa to that visualization. Commissioner Fernandez, SDA 4, North Sacramento. Would like to see a visualization to, the North Sacramento draw aligned right underneath North Highlands and Folsom, and make down to Elk Grove, down to Wilton. Try to include Roseville, Rockland, and Auburn. Commissioner Fernandez, SDA, which on page 5, South Sacramento, North San Joaquin, on which is visualization A, split off the deltas, which is from Hood all the way down to Rio Vista, split out and put it into the Yolo County, and it would include Pittsburgh, Bethel, Inland, and Antioch. Commissioner Fernandez.
Wait, real quick, Jose Eduardo on that one, and would not include.
And would not include.
Yes,
Would not.
thank you. The Bethel, right.
I
Thank you.
apologize. It does
No,
say-
you're fine. I'm
and I
glad
will-
we caught it. Thanks.
Great. I have that on the note. Commissioner Fernandez, SGB1, which is on page 1, keeping all of the northern counties together. We'd like to see some coastal if possible, per COI input. Commissioner Fernandez split out visualization B1, split out the coastal, and we could, if possible, add Sutter and Yuba to it, possibly Placer and El Dorado. Commissioner Fernandez try to keep Placer and El Dorado and Nevada together. Commissioner Fernandez, visualization 2, page 2, break up those communities. Communities are quite different. Commissioner Fernandez, page 3, splitting that from Arden Arcade and then Fair Oaks, Arden Arcade and Rancho Cordova. Commissioner Akutagawa requests one visualization on B, page 1, the far north, all the way down to Mendocino. There are pluses and minuses on keeping them all together. Commissioner Akutagawa requests for visualization that would remove Sierra and Nevada counties. Request for the eastern, Commissioner Akutagawa requests for the eastern Sierras that all of El Dorado County be added to that eastern Sierra visualization. Also add on Sierra and Nevada counties to that visualization, so it would be Sierra, Nevada, El Dorado, and excluding portion that includes up to Placerville. Commissioner Akutagawa requests to add Lake County to this visualization, Sutter and Yuba counties to stay together with Butte. It would be interesting to see what those numbers would look like. Commissioner Turner, keep Butte, Sutter, Yuba, Yolo, Colusa, Glen, and Tehama together. Commissioner Turner, San Joaquin, the preference would be for San Joaquin to be kept whole and not cut parts of Mirada. Commissioner Turner would like to try and keep all of Kern together as well. Commissioner Toledo, rural parts of Fresno County, little communities have essential workers. Would like to see if those could be brought into different communities for possible visualization. Commissioner Anderson, visualization A, page 7 and 8 and 9. It is the Merced and Dara portion, the Fresno Kern, and also the Fresno Tulare area. Fresno is it's been split in 4 districts. Consider rearranging for BRA consultant. Commissioner Anderson, different versions on page 7, 8, and 9. Visualizations A1, A. She would like to see Northern California take out Sierra Nevada, Placer, and El Dorado. Add all Central North except Yolo County. Commissioner Anderson, add all of Central North except Yolo County to keep Butte, Sutter, and Yuba together. She would like to add, Commissioner Anderson would like to add Sierra, Nevada, Placer, and El Dorado to the east, then pull out population farther south out of Kern. At Yolo, Commissioner Anderson, at Yolo with portions of Solano, which would basically allow to shift back down to because San Joaquin being cut in a half as it is, so rephrase that, at YOLO with portions of Solano, which would basically allow things to shift back down a little bit since San Joaquin being cut in half as is. Commissioner Kitagawa, visualization B, page
Sorry,
1.
Jose,
Yes.
sorry, on that, you're shifting things up. So San Joaquin County could be possibly kept whole. We're shifting things back up by adding that. So, thank you.
Thank you, Commissioner. Commissioner Kitagawa, visualization B, page 1. Name CDB, Northern California or North Cal. Far North, visualization that would remove Butte and possibly Glen from this visualization and add Mendocino to the visualization as well. Coastal counties have requested to stay together. Mendocino and Humboldt express strong support that they belong together. Visualization removing Butte and possibly Glen for Commissioner Kitagawa. Commissioner Kitagawa, add Glen and Butte to that as well. Remove Alpine, Amador, Calaveras, and possibly El Dorado to that portion of El Dorado that goes that does not include Placerville South, and add to it East Sierra. Commissioner Kitagawa, visualization B, page 2. If there's not enough population, include Glen, Butte, Colusa, and YOLO, possibly at Lake. Commissioner Fernandez, visualization A2. Draw the line, Colusa, Sutter, and Yuba, and then add Solano, removing Tama, Glen, and Butte. Commissioner Fernandez, in terms of visualization A3, she prefers V3, visualization V3. Commissioner Fernandez, visualization A4, South Sacramento and North San Joaquin. Draw the line right below Oak Grove and Wilton. South Galt and Clay, it's more of San Joaquin. Would defer that to Commissioner Turner. See if there's a possible BRA coalition in that visualization as well. Commissioner Fernandez, A5, it's the North Sacramento area. Arden Arcade, Car Mitchell, that area is very different than the rest of those communities. Get rid of those two communities and add Elk Grove and maybe Vineyard and Wilton if possible. Move Arcade and Car Mitchell with probably the Rancho Cordova area. Commissioner Fernandez, moving into visualization B, would like to see the coastal areas remain together. Commissioner Fernandez likes visualization CDB3, which is Placer, El Dorado, and Sacramento. Commissioner Fernandez also likes visualization CDB4, which is West Sacramento and North Sacramento. Visualization CDB5, which is the South Sacramento and San Joaquin. Look at for possible BRA coalition. Split to have Galt and Clay included. Split to have Galt and Clay include the Walnut Grove, Rio Vista area, and try to add more of the Yolo County. Commissioner Sadwani, consider COI input to redesign visualizations and reflect public input. Commissioner Turner, the visualizations for B, page 9. They're both Merced, Fresno, and that if we can look at it for possible BRA coalition. Commissioner Fornishari, stay away from pairing mountains with southern mountains stay away from pairing the mountain area, southern mountain areas with cities in the valley. Commissioner Fornishari, putting all the mountain counties together will be ideal. Then, as far as visualizations from the northern state, support the visualizations for counties in the north to remain together. And those are the notes for visualizations that the commissioners would like to see. Any questions?
Very good. Thank you so much for that, Jose Eduardo. Were there any additional clarifications or comments or feedback for Jose Eduardo on these comments or these notes? Seeing none, I will say thank you so very much for being flexible. Of course, we had hoped to get this portion done on Friday, and really appreciate you being available this afternoon to come back and read these notes. I think with that, we will turn to Kimberly, who's going to read an additional set of notes that was captured on visualizations. Kimberly, are you with us?
Yes, hello?
Yes, perfect. The floor is yours.
Okay, I'm going to read the notes from the Friday, October 15th meeting, covering zones A, C, and E. Starting with the assembly visualizations, Commissioner Fornachari said, keep as much of Santa Cruz County together, swap out other cities further south. Commissioner Fornachari added, start at Pacifica and go down to Santa Cruz, grab from South Bay, Los Gatos, not from the peninsula, stay on the east side of Hill and go down. Commissioner Fornachari added, Eastern Solano goes better with farming theme of Central District over Napa. Commissioner Sinai, speaking on assembly visualizations, Ashland fits better with Hayward and San Lorenzo, all three called Eden area. For the San Francisco A1 visualization, Commissioner Sinai said, don't cut up Bayview, move Bayview with East groups like Excelsior, and put Presidio with the Marina if more people go into Seacliff. Commissioner Sinai added, look for feedback for Black communities in East Bay. Commissioner Sinai said, keep American Canyon with Napa. Commissioner Anderson, speaking on assembly visualizations, for the North visualization, she said, add lake with Mendocino and coast. She added, put Napa and wine portion of Sonoma together. Take that chunk out of Sonoma, add lake, then make district of coast from Del Norte down to Marin. Commissioner Anderson, speaking on the San Mateo to Santa Cruz visualization, said, San Mateo down to Santa Cruz is too much. Want to shift populations up. Commissioner Anderson added, Pacifica down through San Bruno, San Mateo, start at Bayside and go down from there. Commissioner Anderson added, San Bruno, Milbrea, Burlingame, start new area going down.
Sorry, Kimberly?
Yes.
It's the division would be the crest line in that. It's Pacifica going down on the west side of the ridge, and then San Bruno, Milbrea, et cetera. That's on the east side of it. Thank you. For the ridge.
The crest line is the dividing line. If you don't mind repeating, please.
Yes, the crest line is the dividing line, or essentially 280.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So for the crest line, start new area going down to Stanford, Atherton, west of 280. Portola Valley, Woodside, going to Palo Alto, not East Palo Alto. Commissioner Anderson added move Woodside and Portola Valley east. Commissioner Anderson speaking on the Santa Cruz visualization. Cut at Watsonville over to Moss Landing. Commissioner Anderson added La Selva Beach, Aptos with Santa Cruz. For the East Bay visualization, Commissioner Anderson said, cut off at Alamo, one visualization with Orinda going east, and another from Alamo going south. Commissioner Akutagawa, speaking on the San Mateo to Santa Cruz assembly visualization, said to remove areas near San Francisco Airport and go a little further east and take in Palo Alto. Commissioner Toledo speaking on the assembly visualization for the B1 North Coast map. Take out Karuk Preservation Tribe and connect with the part that is in Siskiyou. Commissioner Toledo added visualization with Sonoma, Napa, and wine portions of Yolo County. It makes sense to have a wine county district. Commissioner Fernandez, speaking on the assembly visualizations, she said, Yolo has more connections with Solano and Napa. Commissioner Kennedy, speaking on the assembly visualizations, said, Lake is not the same as Tehama, Glen, and Colusa. Lake looks more like Sonoma, Napa, and Mendocino. Commissioner Kennedy added cleanup areas around Alum Rock. Commissioner Kennedy added Tracy links more to Livermore than places further south. Commissioner Kennedy added Peninsula West, speaking on the Peninsula West San Francisco visualization. You can pick up Colma to gain population, shift south and west of 280 until down to Cupertino, which is with the coast, and 280, which is with the coast. 280 is the dividing line between the eastern facing district and west facing district. Commissioner Forniciari, speaking on assembly visualization of San Mateo to Santa Cruz, said, Skyline Boulevard is the dividing line. He disagrees that the 280 is the dividing line. Commissioner Forniciari added, nothing in common with Atherton, Stanford, Palo Alto. Not a connection there. The same way if you took 17 or went to Morgan Hill. Moving on to visualizations for Senate districts. Commissioner Toledo said he preferred A more than B visualizations, except for the Oakland example. Commissioner Fernandez, speaking on the Senate visualizations, said, keep Moore Park and Simi Valley together. For the B9 visualization, she said, Prunedale and Elkhorn, don't carve those communities out. Commissioner Kutagawa, speaking on the Senate visualizations, said, try to capture Watsonville with the agriculture district. Commissioner Anderson, speaking on the Senate visualizations, prefers A for North counties. Regarding the East Bay visualizations, Commissioner Anderson said, Oakland and Alameda are two different worlds from Dublin and Pleasanton. She added, go from Hercules down to San Leandro. She added Martinez out to Bethel Island. And then she added San Ramon through Dublin, Pleasanton. Commissioner Anderson added, people in San Benito would not want to be represented by someone in San Jose. Commissioner Anderson said, have San Benito and Monterey together going south. For the Ventura visualization, Commissioner Anderson said, pull Camarillo and Moore Park out. Commissioner Furnichari, speaking on the Senate visualizations, he echoed Commissioner Anderson's thoughts on the East Bay. He added, start at Hercules, going south along the bay. He said, put San Benito with Monterey County and break up Santa Clara and Santa Cruz County to get population. Commissioner Fornichari added, he noted the official stance of the city of Moore Park, which was to be with Ventura County. Comments are coming from people in Simi Valley to keep with Moore Park, not so much from people who actually live in Moore Park. Commissioner Sinai, speaking on the Senate visualizations, said she liked the B visualization better for Bay Area and Central Coast more than the A choice. Commissioner Sinai added, keep Concord, Walnut Creek, Clayton, and Pleasant Hill together. Commissioner Fornichari, speaking on the East Bay visualization, said, north to south is better for Senate, North Hercules and down. Going on to the congressional visualizations, Commissioner Fernandez says she likes the B visualizations better. She prefers keeping coastal counties together. Commissioner Fernandez, speaking on the A1, page 1 visualization, said she wants El Cerrito and Kensington with the district above it. Regarding the East Ventura visualization, Commissioner Fernandez said, include Oak Park and Bell Canyon, would rather split Thousand Oaks over Oak Park and Bell Canyon. Regarding the visualization B6, Commissioner Fernandez said, for the Delta visualization, she wants to go more towards Yolo County. They have more in common. Commissioner Toledo, speaking on the congressional visualizations, said he favors keeping the North Coast together. He does not want to see Marin with San Francisco. Commissioner Toledo agrees with Commissioner Fernandez to move the Delta area more with Yolo County. Commissioner Yee, speaking on the congressional visualizations, regarding the B4 visualization versus the A13 visualization for Oakland, going out to El Sereno makes more sense, prefers the B4 visualization. Speaking on the A11 visualization, Commissioner Yee wants the B version that goes into the Tri-Valley area. Going into the remainder of the notes past 5 p.m., these are kind of, they're speaking on the different district levels, so they're not separated out that way. These just go in the order that the commissioner spoke. Commissioner Anderson, speaking on Ventura County, Malibu, and Calabasas. She wants to include Simi Valley, Moore Park, and Camarillo. Commissioner Anderson said, with a portion of Malibu as a separate district, that would keep Oxnard all the way through. I was wondering if we could do it like that, which would give us a shift in population. I would like to see something like that down south. Commissioner Anderson added, I agree with what Commissioner Toledo said. Only reason we were talking about going across the Golden Gate Bridge is if VRA districts required us for that. Commissioner Anderson added, right along the 101, there's population, but most of Marin is rural, and it's not just San Francisco. So I don't really see how that makes a lot of sense. Commissioner Anderson added, she likes the coastal areas together, starting from Del Norte on down. Would like to put Lake with that. Take the wine of Sonoma out, put it with Napa. Commissioner Anderson added, I agree with Commissioner Fernandez. Yolo and Solano have way more in common. Those are the areas in terms of numbers. Put that area together. Commissioner Anderson speaking on the East Bay. I really don't want to see Richmond, which is in West Contra Costa, because they have a different school system, because it's Western Contra Costa. Richmond, El Cerrito, North Oakley are one and the same. I would again want to see keeping that. Oakland looks lovely here, put it all together. Usually it has been cut just because there's so much of San Leandro. There is so much interface with it. There's public transportation that goes back and forth.
Sorry,
Go ahead.
Kimberly, sorry. That was basically starting from Richmond going south, probably partially in Oakland because of public transportation. Richmond is very, very different than all of Eastern Contra Costa County, which I was trying to say there. It has very much in common with Berkeley and Oakland, and then Albany and Emeryville as well. So going south, and then because of population numbers, you might not be able to keep Oakland completely together. And so the southern portions of Oakland, which are very similar to San Leandro, that's what I was trying to say there in terms of where that line might end up going. Those are all common, but again, starting in the north along the bay and going south. And it wasn't Oakley, it was Oakland, because Oakley is out by the Delta. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, Commissioner Anderson added, I would really like to see us explore staying on the west of the ridge and then east of the ridge. I prefer parts of both A and B in this, but the Orinda area really needs to be with Contra Costa. Some parts of this look good and some parts don't. Commissioner Anderson added, unincorporated areas have more in common with Danville.
Sorry, that was east of Oakland. The unincorporated areas east of Oakland have more in common with the valley.
Thank you. Commissioner Kennedy said, Karuk people in Northern California, regarding the Karuk people in Northern California, I don't want us to feel like we have to choose necessarily between a strict A or a strict B. The small areas in Del Norte and Humboldt that are part of Karuk lands could be kept with the rest of their lands in Siskiyou without forcing us into what I consider a false choice between A and B. Commissioner Turner, speaking on Contra Costa County, I definitely want El Cerrito included there and perhaps go down on the far south end. We can move those. There's been testimony there. I want to include El Cerrito with that going forth. Commissioner Turner, speaking on the visualization on page 2, A1, regarding East Contra Costa County. I don't think I liked this because this was that east-west thing going into San Joaquin County, because it then pairs all the way from Clayton, Pittsburgh to Garden Acres. Go north-south rather than east-west. Use visualization B instead of A. Commissioner Turner, speaking on the visualization on page 3, add Castro at the bottom of it, at the southern end, Castro Valley. Wanted to see what it would look like to include Castro Valley and perhaps not put Lafayette, Moraga, Orenda over with Walnut Creek. Include Castro Valley, San Leandro into this visualization. Commissioner Toledo, referring to the Oakland area visualization, asked, don't include the Contra Costa portions. For the San Joaquin visualization, Commissioner Toledo said he agrees with Commissioner Turner. Go north-south rather than east-west. Commissioner Toledo, speaking on the Karuk tribe, said, keep tribe whole to capture those in the Siskiyou area rather than the North Coast area. Commissioner Kutagawa, referring to the visualization on page 3, she prefers version A, which is the combination with Marin. Commissioner Kutagawa, speaking on visualization B, where there's that weird puzzle piece where half the city goes down and goes down south in a district, the other half of the city goes north up to Marin. Given how diverse the community is, I think they're better served in a single district and not one that is mixed in with Marin. Commissioner Kutagawa, speaking on the East Ventura area visualization, said, take portions of most, if not all, of the Simi Valley and Thousand Oaks and put it with the LA County cities like Malibu and some of those cities, Calabasas, things like that. Hearing Coy testimony from those areas, it did sound like they would not necessarily be a real equitable match. That's my only concern about this. Commissioner Sinai, speaking on the San Francisco visualization, said, I want to acknowledge for Simi Valley, the first set of COIs we got, most said, if you're going to split Ventura County, do it east-west, not north-south, meaning the coastal versus the inland. Commissioner Sinai added, some groups said, if we split it north-south, meaning Thousand Oaks, Moore Park, Santa Rosa Valley, if you take Santa Paula and stuff, if you need more, go up to Ojai and that area. Others said no to this. We need to review this further. Commissioner Sinai added, I appreciate what was done by keeping Perot, Santa Paula, and Fillmore together. Commissioner Sinai, referring to the San Francisco visualization, prefers the one that keeps San Francisco whole, except for that one little cutout. I would actually go west. Commissioner Sinai added, Lakeshore and Daly City. Oh, go ahead.
Kimberly,
Yes.
on that one, my comment was I would do the cutout on the west side versus the east side, because the east side communities would have less in common with their neighbors to the south versus the west side communities have more in common with their neighbors to the south.
Thank you. Commissioner Sinai added, Lakeshore and Daly City have more in common because that is where Cal State San Francisco is, and San Francisco State is there.
Sorry, I jumped the gun. That was what I meant earlier.
Okay. Commissioner Sinai said, a lot of the students from San Francisco State are now living in Daly City, and you drive easily between the two and Brisbane. So I would like to see those neighborhoods stay with San Francisco and maybe Lakeshore and Ocean View. Commissioner Sinai speaking on Ventura County visualization. We received strong testimony throughout the summer from folks from Port, oh, I say this name wrong, Wimimi, apologize, to Piru. It's home to workers who make lower incomes, farm workers, essential workers. They didn't want to be drowned out in other areas.
You had Commissioner Sidwani for that one, right? Not Commissioner Sinai.
I will attribute that to her.
Well, we both agreed with it, but Commissioner Sidwani said it first, and then I supported her second.
Okay, thank you. Commissioner Sinai added, I don't love pairing Simi Valley and Thousand Oaks with Malibu, but at the same time, the population is what it is. I wouldn't want to switch to the north-south configuration that was mentioned. I think that would cut up those communities of interest from those working class neighborhoods. Commissioner Toledo, speaking on the Solano and Napa Lake District, is referencing feedback from the American Canyon, highlighted the importance of the 37 freeway, which connects Solano County, Napa, Sonoma County, and Marin. Commissioner Toledo added, I would be in favor of maintaining Solano and Napa, but adding a portion of Sonoma that's there. All of these communities are working towards connecting the SMART train and expanding into that area. Commissioner Toledo added, for the roadway, the 37, connect a little bit more of Yolo County if possible. Commissioner Sinai, speaking on the Ventura County visualization, I was saying, keep the communities of interest. What we heard this summer around the river, maybe it's a diagonal line in Ventura. The way they had defined it was the coast versus inland. Look at it separately. If you look at the river, that gets confusing. It's kind of a diagonal line that corners up from Piru down over Moore Park under Carrillo is what they described. Commissioner Sinai added, put West Sacramento with Sacramento. And those are the notes I have from Friday, October 15th for zones A, C, and E. Please let me know if anything else needs to be clarified or corrected.
Great. Thank you so much, Kimberly. Was there any additional clarifications or corrections? I'm not seeing any. Okay, wonderful. Thank you so much, Kimberly. We really appreciate for all of the staff members who have been working behind the scenes to follow along in our lengthy discussions and to take such copious notes. I really appreciate all of the work that you and the whole team are doing. With that, we are going to move to public comment. I see that we currently have about 42 callers on the line. I want to make a couple of notes at this point in time. We do have mandatory breaks that we will need to take. So one of them will be at 3:30 to 3:45. So we'll get started with public comment, but we will need to break it at 3:30. In addition, the phone lines will close at 5 p.m. So anyone that gets in the queue at 5 will be heard, but those lines will close at 5. So if you're hoping to make a comment, please do try and call in before 5 p.m. With that, I'm going to turn this over to our incredible comment moderator, Katie, who is going to operate the phone lines for us with 2-minute increments for comment from the public. Katie?
Wonderful, Chair. Thank you. In order to maximize transparency and public participation in our process, the commissioners will be taking public comment by phone. To call in, dial the telephone number provided on the live stream feed. It is 877-853-5247. When prompted to enter the meeting ID number provided on the live stream feed, it is 889-0718-0607 for this meeting. When prompted to enter the participant ID, simply press the pound key. Once you have dialed in, you will be placed in a queue. To indicate you wish to comment, please press *9. This will raise your hand for the moderator. When it is your turn to speak, you will hear a message that says the host would like you to talk and to press *6 to speak. If you would like to give your name, please state and spell it for the record. You are not required to provide your name to give public comment. Please make sure to mute your computer or live stream audio to prevent any feedback or distortion during your call. Once you are waiting in the queue, be alert for when it is your turn to speak. And again, please turn down the live stream volume. And as the chair said, we will be doing 2 minutes and you will be receiving warnings at 30 seconds and 15 seconds remaining. We'll be starting with caller 4201, and up next after that will be caller with the last 41149. Caller 4271, if you will please follow the prompts to unmute at this time by pressing *6. The floor is yours.
Thank you. My name's Stuart Waldman. I'm calling from the San Fernando Valley Redistricting Coalition. The San Fernando Valley has been sliced and diced with a Ginsu knife in the visualizations. The valley is in 15 different districts in both maps A and B. Pieces of the valley are in 12 of those, with only 3 districts wholly in the valley and only 3 where valley residents make up a majority of those districts. But wait, there's more. There are over 760,000 Hispanics in the San Fernando Valley. And under the VRA, there should be a Senate seat, but there isn't. In fact, not one of those valley residents would be in a Hispanic majority district. Even worse, a Hispanic VRA congressional seat that never existed before the last redistricting is completely deleted. The San Fernando Valley is bounded by mountains and hills on the north, south, west, and east. These are our dividing lines. Freeways, like the 405, is not a dividing line in the San Fernando Valley. The LA City Council Redistricting Commission has drawn a line in the sand that no district cross over Mulholland Drive, and we ask that you do the same. We ask that you keep the Valley communities united in the San Fernando Valley districts that are either entirely in the Valley or where the Valley is a majority. The visualizations show districts that take parts of the San Fernando Valley, like Studio City, all the way to downtown LA. These communities have nothing in common. They show Panorama City going to mid-Wilshire. They have nothing in common. The San Fernando Valley is close to 1.9 million people. It would be the
time.
Thank you so much. And up next will be caller 1149, and after that will be caller 2373. Caller 1149, if you'll please follow the prompts to unmute at this time by pressing *6. The floor is yours.
Good afternoon. My name is Carlos Torres, and I'm calling on behalf of the LGBTQ Center Long Beach. Our organization is dedicated to advancing equity for LGBTQ people through culturally responsive advocacy, education, programs, and services. Because of our work, we're deeply involved with the City of Long Beach, our elected officials at the local, state, and federal levels, and with partners across the greater Long Beach area. Thank you for giving us the opportunity to present maps to you next week. But for today, I want to offer our thanks to the commissioners for their words of support on behalf of our communities and for the visualizations which strongly reflect our needs as a city. Long Beach has a strong, vibrant, and diverse LGBTQ community going back for decades. And it has led our city as a leader for our surrounding areas. As an organization that works to uplift, affirm, and invest in LGBTQ people and our LGBTQ communities, we see how deeply connected our greater Long Beach region is every day. It also means that our organization is a critical resource for residents in Lakewood, Signal Hill, Bellflower, Cypress, Los Alamitos, and Rosemont. These are communities that we and others all around us hope that to keep together with these important connections, and it will be reflected in the next round of visualizations. And I want to thank the commissioners for their advocacy on our behalf. Thank you for the great work.
Thank you so much. And right now we have caller 2373, and up next after that will be caller 3894. Caller 2373, if you will please follow the prompts to unmute at this time by pressing *6. One more time, caller with the last four, 2373. You will please follow the prompts to unmute at this time by pressing *6. There appears to be some connectivity issue for caller 2373. If you will please either call back in or raise your hand again after you have better reception. Right now we have caller 3894. If you will please follow the prompts to unmute at this time by pressing *6. The floor is yours.
Hi, yes, thank you so much, commissioners, for taking the time that you do and working on this important issue. My name is John Edmond. I'm speaking here today on behalf of the Long Beach Chamber of Commerce. Thank you so much for keeping Long Beach together in the majority of these visualizations that we see. Our community is united, as you've probably seen and heard from many of our callers and folks who have written in, and we appreciate the visualizations and the entirety of our city in a single district. We also consider Avalon and Signal Hill to be part of our community, an integral part of our community, and want to thank you for including them as well. Now, I'd be remiss if we didn't share how connected Long Beach is to our northern Orange County. Many of those communities, you know, I take my kids to, our businesses are very much interwoven with them. Many business employees who live in OC work in Long Beach as well. So if you think about it, from the 4Y5 freeway, Long Beach Airport, it just makes very convenient to move across the Orange County, LA County border. As you consider building out the Long Beach area map, please consider adding these cities to our to Orange County border, and we consider North Orange County cities to be an extension of us as well. Thank you so much for your time and consideration.
Thank you so much. Right now we have caller 3230, and up next after that will be caller 4664. Caller 3230, if you will please follow the prompts to unmute at this time by pressing *6. The floor is yours.
Hi, my name is Michelle Lee. I am a resident of Tasahara Valley and an unincorporated portion of Contra Costa County. And I am speaking to request that the redistricting of congressional legislative districts in California Senate and Assembly keep the following areas together as a community of interest with the town of Danville, the city of San Ramon, Alamo, Blackhawk, Diablo, the unincorporated Tasahara Valley area, La Miranda, Walnut Creek, Dublin, Livermore, Pleasanton, and if you need to, Sunol together, and to go east if additional population and communities are desired in the same block. These communities are geographically contiguous, share common concerns, strong sense of community. In particular, pay attention to those unincorporated communities with that area and keep all of San Ramon Valley Unified School District and the same emergency services like the San Ramon Valley Fire Protection District hospital service areas and similar municipal service providers, agencies, and organizations together. I do serve on the San Ramon Valley Fire Protection Board, and I serve the communities in the in those Tri-Valley area, but I do not speak for the board with this. So I'm just asking that first is a priority consideration, keep the Tri-Valley together, San Ramon Valley, unincorporated COI together. And secondly, if you must combine us with another area, combine to the east and not to the west, not with I-80 Nimitz freeway communities and not with I-80 area cities. Thank you so much for your service in providing this for the redistricting.
Thank you so much. All right, now we will have caller 4664, and up next after that will be caller 6867. Caller 4664, if you will please follow the prompts to unmute at this time by pressing *6. The floor is yours.
Thank you. Good afternoon. My name is Richard Valley. That's V-A-L-L-E. Thank you, commissioners, for your time, and thank you for your service and consideration. I'm calling regarding Assembly District Map Fresno Kings 1013, as well as Assembly District Map Tulare 1013. Commissioners, both these maps split the city of Corcoran in half. The Fresno Kings new Assembly district keeps all of Kings County whole, except for the fact of the city of Corcoran being split there and going over into another Assembly district proposed map being Assembly District Tulare 1013. Commissioners, I spent the last 13 years. I'm currently the county supervisor in Kings County that represents the city of Corcoran. I'm not speaking for the board. I'm calling on behalf of the many folks here in Corcoran who brought this concern up to me. I'm born and raised in Corcoran. We have a lot of challenges already with the new map. If we go with the Fresno Kings 1013, the challenge would be now that our Assembly District would put Kings County on the southern portion of the district and extend into new territory all the way up to Fireball, Mendota, and into another Assembly representatives district for that matter. So we would have the challenge of building those relationships to get our concerns heard, and that's fine. That would be my job. However, it would be critical of the city of Corcoran is split. We ask you not to do that. Respectfully, thank you for your openness. Thank you.
Thank you so much. And right now we will have caller 6867, and up next after that will be caller 6697. Caller 6867, if you will please follow the prompts to unmute at this time by pressing *6. The floor is yours.
Hi, good afternoon. My name is Trin, and I would like to share my concern regarding current visualizations map. I heard that there was a concern of where the Little Saigon boundaries are. I have lived in Huntington Beach since 1978, so that's put us about over 43 years. My children growing up here in Huntington Beach as well. And Little Saigon has grown and has expanded into Fountain Valley, Huntington Beach. The businesses have grown into these cities as well as Los Alamitos and Rossmore and Sioux Beach as well. And my children has been growing up here and has participated a lot of community events and services, as well as the Vietnamese community. And so just to let you know that the community, the Vietnamese community has grown into these city, and the businesses have expanded into these city. So if you were to consider keeping the district the way it is, because taking Huntington Beach or Fountain Valley or some of these city away from the Little Saigon boundary would impact on the youth who's growing up and have diversity and have be able to involve into the culture and the community. That is important to these young children that's
15
growing
seconds.
up and knowing their culture, be able to involve in it. I think that's important. So I would like to, for if you can reconsider and keep the little side.
Time.
Thank you so much. Right now we have caller 6697, and up next after that will be caller 5146. Caller 6697, if you will please follow the prompts to unmute at this time by pressing *6. The floor is yours.
Okay. Hi, good afternoon. Thank you so much. My name is Mary Grace Barrios. I live in Assembly District 54, Congressional District 37, and SD 30. I am the Vice President for Policy and Political Strategy for the Filipino American Los Angeles County Democrats, as well as an SEIU 2015 e-board member. I'm speaking on behalf of myself and not of the organizations. I thank the Redistricting Commission of the state for doing this work, but this is my input. I'm calling with serious concerns about your proposed Senate map in Los Angeles County. Both the A and B proposed plans reduce the number of Senate districts in our county from 11 to 10. Los Angeles is the largest but the most diverse county in the country. Reducing its political representation not only hurts millions of people, it reduces the opportunities for diverse voices to be heard. 7 of the current 11 districts were drawn specifically to empower communities of color. By reducing the number of seats in Los Angeles, you are guaranteeing fewer opportunities for historically underrepresented communities to elect their candidates of choice. At a time when California is growing more diverse by the day, this is simply unacceptable. No commissioner should find it acceptable that your draft map can cut the number of Senate districts in Los Angeles where African Americans can elect in half. By reducing representation in Los Angeles, you are forcing communities that do not fit together to compete. Drawing Koreatown into the San Fernando Valley makes no more sense than drawing Santa Monica into South LA, than drawing Rancho Palos Verdes into Long Beach. To be clear, this is not the case of making small changes around the edges in a few weeks. This requires big change now. Have the courage to admit you made a mistake.
Time.
Thank you so much. And right now we have caller 5146, and up next after that will be caller 0378. Caller 5146, if you will please follow the prompts to unmute at this time by pressing *6. The floor is yours.
Good afternoon, Commissioners. My name is Rachel Moss. I'm with the Long Beach Firefighters Association. Thank you for hearing our comments earlier this year. We really appreciate you keeping Long Beach together in the maps that have been released. We also know that Long Beach can't be in a congressional district and maybe even a Senate district by ourselves because of population. As you consider building out the Long Beach area map, please move north into Lakewood and Bellflower and consider east into Cypress and some of our bordering North Orange County cities. Long Beach Fire has mutual aid agreements statewide and across the nation, but one of the agencies we work most closely with is Orange County Fire. We also respond to 911 calls in Lakewood and even Bellflower. There are days they help us out and days that we help them out. It just makes sense to group us together in the larger maps that you are drawing. Thank you for thinking about Lakewood, Bellflower, Cypress, and North Orange County when you're also thinking about Long Beach.
Thank you so much. And right now we will have caller 0378. And up next after that will be caller 0243. Caller 0378, if you will please follow the prompts to unmute at this time by pressing *6. The floor is yours.
Thank you so much. This is Mike Davis, and I'm calling. I'm a former legislator, but also a president of one of the local Democratic clubs in the Los Angeles County area. And I'm calling with a concern about the core neighborhood in Los Angeles County many of whom are of multicultural, diverse backgrounds, remaining intact and in place. The effect of cracking these neighborhoods has a chilling effect upon the opportunity for various multicultural communities to compete to serve, therefore limiting the diversity that would be created in the Senate in particular. I am concerned about Senate 30, the traditional neighborhoods, the historical various multicultural neighborhoods that have been there for years should remain, in my opinion, and Senate District 35 as well. So these issues are critically important as we think about some of the terms that are used in the Voting Rights Act in terms of cracking and certainly packing. But in this case, we want to historically allow these neighborhoods who have worked together, who have so many things in common, to create an opportunity for each and every one of them to compete, to be able to serve, so that our Senate is a diverse, or at least as possibly diverse as it can possibly be
30 seconds.
In the state of California.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right, now we'll have caller 0243. And up next after that will be caller 4549. Caller 0243, if you will please follow the prompts to unmute at this time by pressing *6. The floor is yours.
Hello, my name is Tina McKenna, and I'm calling from LA Voice and LA Voice Action. I am calling to express my strong opposition to your proposed Los Angeles State Senate map plans A and B. I live in the 35th Senate District, and my neighborhood is predominantly African American. We have a well-documented, long-standing voting power here, which is why I chose to buy my house here. South Los Angeles is an urban area whose people share similar living standards, use the same transportation facilities, have similar work opportunities, have access to the same media of communication. Preserving this voting strength means ensuring all these communities and their sizable African American populations stay connected in 2 Senate districts. Under the current proposal, Commission would cause irreversible harm to our representation. This proposed change would also limit our voting power to ensure representation that will focus on issues that have been historically prioritized by our representatives, like the Omnibus Act, Crown Act, and the Police Decertification Act. All these issues are important to me and my neighbors. Although BIPOC voters have a lot in common, African American voters deserve representation that understands the issues that are unique to our culture, like criminal justice reform, health disparities, and systemic discrimination. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Right
And
now,
Katie, if I may just interject, I just want to provide a reminder that we are up against a mandatory break at 3:30. So likely we'll be able to take about 2 more callers, I would imagine.
yes, thank you, Chair. Caller 4549. And up next after that will be caller 3748. Caller 4549, if you will please follow the prompts to unmute at this time by pressing *6. The floor is yours.
Hi, my name is Elizabeth Tulasi, and I'm calling on behalf of the Long Beach Economic Partnership. We are a member of the Keep Long Beach Together Coalition. The coalition includes the Long Beach Economic Partnership, Central Community Hispanic Association, NAACP, Equity for Cambodians, the May Center, the Long Beach Chamber of Commerce, Latinos in Action, Cambodia Town, the Long Beach Nonprofit Partnership, the Bixby Knolls Business Improvement District, Downtown Long Beach Alliance, the Long Beach Convention Center and Visitors Bureau, the Long Beach Hospitality Alliance, the Feria District, the Long Beach Playhouse, the California Apartment Association, the Long Beach Opera, the Long Beach Museum of Latin American Art, International City Theater, Long Beach Camerata Singers, Musica Angelica, Long Beach Museum of Art, Arts Council for Long Beach Lifeguards, the Long Beach Gay and Lesbian Center, Long Beach Firefighters, and the Long Beach Firefighters Association. Many of these same organizations fought 10 years ago and asked the State Independent Redistricting Commission to also keep Long Beach together, and it worked. Now we would like to thank the 2020 State Redistricting Commission and staff staff for the map visualizations that include Long Beach. The thousands of residents and small businesses we represent feel heard. Thank you.
Thank you so much. And right now we will have caller 3748. You will please follow the prompts to unmute at this time by pressing *6. The floor is yours.
Greetings and thank you, Commissioners. My name is Carolyn Fowler. While I have many state and local positions, I'm speaking as a resident of Inglewood for over 20-some years. I have to express my opposition to the proposed LA State Senate maps, Plans A and B. I reside in Senate District 35, where it appears that we're reducing from 2 districts to 1. It really literally almost cuts African American voting power in half. This has helped ensure that African Americans in the past, and we spoke to this 10 years ago. I personally spoke to this 10 years ago about the lack of minority representation along the coastal lines. My neighborhood in Inglewood is predominantly African American homeowners, where we fought collectively side by side with Westchester, El Segundo, Hawthorne, Gardena, and South LA on things like health disparities, the airport expansion, and the fact that oil drilling, educational partnerships, we have a huge freight forwarders location, and many of these things we fought together on, and it is a community of interest. How the airport could be separated from Inglewood is just unconscionable. I'm hoping that we will take a strong assessment and look at how we preserve this voting strength, because those Senate districts impact all African Americans throughout the state. The commission needs to direct its line drawers to really correct this error, and I know you have the power to make this right, and I'm counting on you to do the right thing. Thank you so much for listening. I appreciate it.
Thank you so much for that. Katie, do we have time? I don't think we have time for one more caller. So I think with that, we will need to go to our mandatory 15-minute break. We would ask that callers remain in the queue, and we will be back at 3:45 to continue receiving public comment. Katie, any additional instructions for callers?
Nope, they're there. That'll be perfect. I mean,
Perfect.
There are people in the queue. If you would like to please press *9 to raise your hand. If you have not done that, that would be great. Thank you.
Perfect. And we apologize, but these breaks are really important for our staff and to ensure the rights of those working for the commission. So we appreciate your patience with us. We'll see you back in 15 minutes. Thanks. Welcome back to the California Citizens Redistricting Commission as we continue with our visualizations meeting from last week. We're on agenda item number 3, public comment. I see that we continue to have a lot of callers in the queue. So with that, Katie, I'll hand it over to you.
Thank you so much, Chair. The commission is now taking public comment by phone. On agenda item number 3, to give comment, please call 877-853-5247. Enter the meeting ID number 889-0718-0607 for this meeting. Once you have dialed in, please press *9 to enter the comment queue. The full call-in instructions have been read previously in this meeting and are provided in full on the live stream landing page. At this time, we have caller 8566, and up next after that will be caller 3520. Caller 8566, if you will please follow the prompts to unmute at this time by pressing *6. The floor is yours.
Thank you. My name is Lucas Zucker. I'm the Policy Director at CAUSE. We're a local community organization in Central Coast, and commenting on all of the maps related to Zone E, that 6-county region from Ventura County to Santa Cruz County. The main area I want to give comments on is that we have a strong preference for B over A in the Senate map. In Ventura and Santa Barbara counties, one of our top priorities is to keep Oxnard and Santa Maria together in the same Senate district. There's a lot of community of interest between these two areas. These are predominantly farm worker communities, some of the largest indigenous, Mixteco and other indigenous language speaking communities in the state. They have very similar histories, from including being kind of military communities and strawberry growing areas now. They also share a lot of common issues like being pesticide hotspots, some of the biggest in the state, and also some of the lowest health insurance rates in the state. So we really want to see these together. It creates a strong Latino voice in this district. It's not majority CVAP because so many of our folks in our farm worker community can't vote, but a majority Latino population Senate district, as long as those are connected together like they are in like they are in B. Farther north in the Central Coast, map A in the Senate is also kind of problematic for us. It splits Salinas and Watsonville. I think as some commissioners mentioned, these are really kind of like sister cities. We have a strong preference for B. In the assembly map, I think there's a big improvement in our current districts. Seems like A and B are roughly the same. And this really keeps the Voting Rights Act district in the Salinas area, as well as the coalition district in western Ventura County that stretches, as some commissioners have referred to, the kind of Port Hueneme to Piru. That's how you pronounce it, kind of stretch of
time.
Thank you so much. Right now we have caller 3520, and up next after that will be caller 8779. Caller 3520, if you will please follow the prompts to unmute at this time by pressing *6. And one more time, caller 3520. The floor is yours.
Thank you very much. My name is Karen Sanders, and I'm from Del Norte County, and I am I'm in the construction and transportation industry. I am requesting that the super north area be considered because we and all the counties from Del Norte and Humboldt East, and this is why we are all rural lifestyle and autonomy. Our attributes and our issues surround the logging, timber, forest management, conservation, fire protection, generational communities, education, and even healthcare. Every county that is below Humboldt and possibly including Mendocino, but definitely below Humboldt, Sonoma, Solano, Marin, Napa, and so forth are urban. They're very, very different than we are in transportation, housing, and just all aspects of lifestyle. One of the corridors, transportation corridor, which is State Route 299, goes through Humboldt, Trinity, and Shasta, and this is essential for Del Norte and even Humboldt to get our goods and services. We are constrained at the south in Mendocino County, and this is having it all within the same district just would help coordinate and improve corridor, east-west. I had heard a commissioner say basically from Del Norte to Redding is 4 hours, but going from Del Norte to Sonoma County is 6, probably 7, and sometimes more.
30 seconds.
So we are coastal. Our harbor is not, we don't have shared interest with the communities south of Humboldt along the coast. Again, transportation, we have very different needs. We're rural, conventional highways. We're not overpasses or commuter lanes. We also have the Klamath River Dam, which is within the Del Norte, Humboldt, and Trinity and Siskiyou, and that should be within the same district as well to help.
Time.
Thank you so much. All right, now we will have a caller 8779, and up next after that will be caller 4554. Caller 8779, if you will please follow the prompts to unmute at this time by pressing *6. The floor is yours.
Thank you. Good afternoon. I'm Lily May. I'm the mayor of the city of Fremont, and I'm speaking today on behalf of the residents of the city of Fremont, not officially in this role, but I wanted to thank you for your work and recognition that our Fremont residents have similar priorities and challenges to the residents in cities such as Sunnyvale, Santa Clara, Cupertino, Milpitas, and other cities in the visualization labeled CDA Union City regarding the CA citizens redistricting visualizations presented during your October 15th meeting. Today, I'm here again to reiterate that I and the residents of the city of Fremont, who I represent, strongly support the visualization labeled CDA for Union City. We do not support the visualization labeled CDB Greater Ed. As members of the Fremont City Council, we work very closely in seeing how our home is to many technology workers who commute to and from Fremont and other South Bay cities such as Sunnyvale, Cupertino, Santa Clara, and Milpitas. And these workers face similar issues of traffic congestion and low affordable housing availability. As a result, for Fremont and the cities surrounding, such as Sunnyvale, Cupertino, Santa Clara, Milpitas, we face similar traffic issues and are focused on coordinating and investing in infrastructure solutions. Other things that I wanted to note is that in comparison, Fremont and Sunnyvale are the second largest cities in our respective counties, and many other cities in this area have similar visualization. So again, I just wanted to say it's our recommendation that Fremont be in the congressional district with Sunnyvale, Santa Clara, Cupertino, Milpitas, and other cities shown in visualization map CDA, Union City. Thank you very much for your time and for your consideration.
Thank you so much. Right now we have caller 4554, and up next after that will be caller 1234. Caller 4554, if you will please follow the prompts to unmute at this time by pressing *6. The floor is yours.
Yes, thank you. I want to thank you, first of all, Commissioners, for allowing me the opportunity to speak. My name is Robert Pullen Miles. I am the mayor of the city of Lawndale. My comments are regarding the proposed assembly map, particularly the South Bay maps and the STH map, both of which are South Bay communities. I'm requesting that the commission keep the cities of Lawndale, Gardena, Hawthorne, and Inglewood in the same assembly district. These are indeed communities of interest. For instance, on the Metro Board, these communities are served by the same representative for our area, and we are not served by other representatives in the other areas that the proposed maps would put us in. Inglewood, Hawthorne, and Lawndale also shares on Prairie Avenue. As you know, there's a lot of development on Prairie Avenue, and the other three cities, Lawndale included, and Hawthorne, are proposed to continue to develop our portion of Prairie Avenue. So we have that in common, and there's going to be a lot of economic activities on Prairie Avenue. So we need to continue to be with Hawthorne and Lawndale and Inglewood. We also share Hawthorne Boulevard. It turns into La Brea Boulevard. As you know, Hawthorne Boulevard is a state highway, Route 107, and we depend on that highway as our major corridor, our commercial districts for not only Lawndale, but for Hawthorne, the city of Hawthorne as well. So my request is that we keep those communities of interest together, Hawthorne, Gardena, Lawndale, and Inglewood. And in contrast, we do not have anything in common with the South Bay cities of the beach cities, I should say, particularly those as we go up further north into El Segundo, as well as Marina Del Rey and things of that nature. And we don't have that much interest.
Time.
Thank you so much. Right now we will have caller 1234, and up next after that will be caller 3220. Caller 1234, if you will please follow the prompts to unmute at this time by pressing *6. The floor is yours.
Resident, a current commissioner, and an active member of the Cupertino community, I wanted to bring to your attention the issue at interest with regard to Cupertino. It has Apple and a fairly vibrant startup community. It was always odd that we were part of District 17, which has cities like Fremont, Milpitas, Alameda County, instead of any Santa Clara County cities. I urge you to carve out a district primarily of Santa Clara County cities, the heart of the tech world and our innovation,
economy. The heart and soul of Silicon Valley's tech economy are Cupertino, Palo Alto, Santa Clara, Mountain View, and Sunnyvale. We're all here in the South Bay, so kind of keep us together instead of doing a hopscotch of East Bay and South Bay and, generally making a strange puzzle out of this. We need a single congressional leader who will address the needs of our high-tech ventures and innovation frontiers. Besides, Cupertino, Saratoga, Los Gatos, Campbell, and Montecito should stay together as we are West Valley cities. Please don't separate these cities. This is my request and the request of a lot of residents from Cupertino. Thank you.
Thank you so much. All right, now we will have caller 3220, and up next after that will be caller 0407. Caller 3220, if you will please follow the prompts to unmute at this time by pressing *6. The floor is yours.
Thank you. My name is Don Saylor. I'm a county supervisor in Yolo County. I've lived in Yolo County since 1987. I'm calling because I really want to first acknowledge and appreciate the open listening approach that the commissioners have taken. I've heard several comments this afternoon from commissioners who have responded to their own view of our circumstance here in the visualizations, and have listened to the public comment that's come in writing. Yolo County is adjacent to Solano County and shares a community of interest with Solano County much more so than is shown in the visualizations with far-flung mountain counties of Calaveras, Alpine, Amador, etc., that are shown in the CBDG SAC visualization. We're also, with University of California, Davis, right on the border between Yolo and Solano County. The agricultural economy that binds our communities together is one of innovation and ongoing spin-offs that include advanced technology, seed companies, and so forth. The Delta draws our communities together. The Interstate 80 corridor, Yolo and Solano County we're right on the edge of the Sacramento capital region and the Bay Area region. And we have so much in common that it really makes no sense to divide us in the way that we're divided here. So my basic issue here is to link the Bay Area and the Sacramento capital area, acknowledge that we share an air basin, we share a commitment to the environment. We work together on issues as far-flung as fire prevention to jobs in the economy. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. All right, now we'll have caller 0407, and up next after that will be caller 4340. Caller 0407, if you will please follow the prompts to unmute at this time by pressing *6. The floor is yours.
Thank you so much, commissioners, for taking the time to do this very important work. I live in the unincorporated community of Ashland, California, which is a part of unincorporated San Leandro, and I would like to make the appeal that the unincorporated area of Alameda County be maintained as one whole unit. Right now, you have a Senate map that is actually called Eden, and I'd like to say that unincorporated in this area, this Eden area, includes many different towns. It includes Fairview, it includes Cherryland, it includes San Lorenzo, Ashland, Castro Valley, and Hayward Acres. This is a very large segment of the population, and we must stay together so that our interests can be served as one throughout all of these state-level maps. The Senate, the Assembly, as well as the congressional lines need to include this entire unincorporated community as one whole part. To send any of us to the city of San Leandro and the Senate district over there, or any of us to the Tri-Valley area that we heard about from San Ramon and Dublin, it doesn't make geographic sense. It also doesn't make sense because our services are held within one area. Where I live in Ashland, my children would be districted into San Lorenzo schools. So to separate us means that our governance would be separated. My parks and recreation are covered by the city of Hayward. So again, to separate us means that our governance would be separated. Please keep us whole. Thank you.
Thank you so much. All right, now we will have caller 4340, and up next after that will be caller 8544. Caller 4340, if you will please follow the prompts to unmute, the floor is yours.
Thank you. My name is Kate Laddish. That's Katelladddish. I live in the Yolo County city of Winters, just 2 blocks from the Yolo-Solano County line. I'm a member of city, county, regional, and statewide committees, commissions, and nonprofit organizations focused on natural resources, emergency preparedness and response, and services for seniors and people with access and functional needs. Thank you to commissioners and staff for their ongoing work. I urge the Commission to unify Yolo and Solano counties and districts and to keep both counties whole. Yolo and Solano counties are particularly closely intertwined and share economic, infrastructure, transportation, cultural, educational, and resource ties. Many of the visualizations reflect the outlines of the outreach areas and zones more than they reflect connections based on communities of interest. Yolo and Solano are adjacent, but in different outreach zones, and thus are mostly in different visualizations. I'm particularly alarmed by the current visualizations that group Yolo County with unaffiliated areas and that split Davis, West Sacramento, and Clarksburg from the rest of the county. I request commissioners ask the line drawers to go beyond the artificial constraints of the outreach zones and to include the entirety of Yolo County and Solano County together in districts. This indivisibility is particularly clear in the greater Winters area, which includes the city of Winters and Yolo and unincorporated areas in Yolo and Solano, and is in both the Coast Range and Central Valley physiographic regions. The line between the counties and between the outreach zones is Pewter Creek, which even little kids wade across. This creek is a focus for restoration and recreation and is an important resource for both counties. Restoration work, including that brings fall-run Chinook salmon to Winters, is facilitated by shared representation. Pewter Creek links us to the Sacramento Bay Delta, including other areas in Yolo and Solano and the Delta Tail of Sacramento County. Yolo and Solano children attend Winters schools. The area has the highest rate of wildfire ignitions in the state is in our area. Splitting the greater Winters area into different federal and state districts would impede our ability to prepare for and recover from fires. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Right now we have caller 8544, and up next after that will be caller 3000. Caller 8544, if you will please follow the prompts to unmute at this time by pressing *6. The floor is yours.
My name is Catherine Tattersfield. I would like to applaud this commission.
Caller 8544, could you please speak closer to the microphone?
Hear me?
We're having trouble hearing you, caller 8544. Could you please speak up?
I'm on speaker now. Can you hear me?
That's better. Your time starts now.
Great, thank you. My name is Catherine Tattersfield, and I'd like to uplift this commission. I participated in other redistricting commissions. I live in the San Fernando Valley neighborhood of Chatsworth, and I have not felt heard. This commission, I do feel heard, because the 8038 map, VADB, it really does reflect our communities of interest, and the comments that I made and people I know in my community made as well. I love the fact that you united our North San Fernando Valley communities together. Chatsworth, Northridge, Porter Ranch, Granada Hills. We would love to be represented by the same person because we're very impacted by the Aliso Canyon gas disaster. And Simi Valley really isn't, and you remove Simi Valley from that area. So I think that's great. The only thing that I want to say otherwise is that there are other maps that for this district that include Kern County, and I don't understand really the logic there. In the communities I mentioned in Santa Clarita Valley, we share transportation, we share, schools, we share employment, and that's not really the case with Kern County. They don't have much in common with us. Their economy is very different than ours, and it just doesn't make sense to lump us together. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Right now we have caller 3000, and up next after that we will have call in user 1, which is a representative of a blocked caller ID. For those who have called in, we'll know who you are then. Caller 3000, if you will please follow the prompt to unmute at this time by pressing *6. The floor is yours.
Thank you very much. My name is Susan Chandler. I live up in South Lake Tahoe. We have some interesting parameters up here. In the past, our congressional district, our Senate district, and our Assembly district have gone in 3 different directions, and it would be wonderful if there could be more collaboration between those districts. We would like our district to be kept relatively geographically small, meaning we would not want to have to drive more than 3 hours to get into the far reaches of the district. We also preferred, if we don't have to go into Nevada, to get to parts of our district. We like to keep our district along transportation routes. Looking at your 3 visualizations, the one that affect El Dorado County and South Lake Tahoe, the Greater Sacramento Congressional District would meet those requirements. The Greater Sacramento Senate District would meet those requirements, and the Sierra Calaveras Assembly District would meet those requirements. We do have a lot in common with the Sacramento area, as we always travel through it, and many of our government agencies that we deal with in the Tahoe regional area do operate out of the Greater Sacramento area. Thank you very much for your time and for doing this.
Thank you so much. And right now we have call-in user 1. And up next after that, we'll have caller 7554. Call-in user 1, please follow the prompts to unmute at this time by pressing *6. The floor is yours.
Yes, my name is Ann O'Connor, and I represent the northern part of Sherman Oaks called Poso, about 7,000 residents in LA County. Our boundaries are approximately Burbank Boulevard on the south, Oxnard on the north, 405 Freeway on the west, and Hazeltine on the east. We won our renaming to Sherman Oaks in 2009, Council File 08-2758, and the 2010 Commission made a de facto policy decision to maintain and respect communities that had been identified with the Los Angeles Community Renaming Policy. We were then grandfathered into the Sherman Oaks City map. We support your Congressional Visualization A and the State Senate Visualization B, both in District SFV, because they keep Poso and united with Greater Sherman Oaks. However, none of the State Assembly visualizations keep Poso and Sherman Oaks united. We have sent certified letters dated 3/13/21 and 10/14/21 and gave testimony on 6/26/21. Our Sherman Oaks Homeowners Association, Bob Anderson, also submitted letters and gave testimony to the Commission. Please keep us united with Greater Sherman Oaks in all California maps. We worked very hard on our renaming. It took a couple of years to attain, and we hope you are listening to us. Thank you.
Thank you so much. All right, now we will have caller 7554, and up next after that will be caller 0061. Caller 7554, if you will please follow the prompts to unmute at this time by pressing *6. The floor is yours.
Good afternoon. I'm calling about the Southeast San Gabriel Valley, Walnut, Hacienda Heights area of Southern California regarding the Southern California Assembly Visualization A1 titled Northeast Orange County on page 7. And that suggests grouping very dissimilar cities of North Orange County and Chino Hills with the cities of Walnut, Rowland Heights, and Diamond Bar. There appear to have been a number of inputs to the Commission regarding this, and also would like to very much thank Commissioners Akutagawa and Sadwani for speaking on this region. The Commission's data air table has a number of inputs talking about the vastly dissimilar geographic divided areas of these cities, and especially Chino Hills and North Orange County. The Walnut Hacienda Heights communities of interest should be kept with precincts to the west in the city of West Covina, which includes significant 50% Asian population. So I would just strongly appeal to the Commission to respect the tight community, religious, residential, and commuting ties between West Covina, La Habra Heights, Hacienda Heights, Roland Heights, Diamond Bar, and Walnut by redrawing the boundaries to the west instead of further to dissimilar cities in the south. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Right now we will have caller 0061, and up next after that will be caller 7843. Caller 0061, if you will please follow the prompt to unmute at this time by pressing *6. The floor is yours.
I am presenting a haiku entitled Respecting Communities, Drawing Fair Lives. It is in gratitude for Senate Visualization A of North Coast, otherwise known as Sandis Coast. A coast to protect, a fishing economy, redwood tourism, green in many ways, connected by 101 Del Norte to Marin. Those of us who reside in the coastal counties of Northern California thank the Redistricting Commission for your attempt to create meaningful visualization. In return, I have visualization for you. Imagine a coastline with an ocean in shades of blues and grays, fed by rivers traveling from coastal hills. The local industry is fishing, tourism, forestry, and some wineries. The culture is common to the locals who live along the northern coast. We value the health of an environment that determines our financial success and our lifestyle. From Stinson Beach in Marin County to the Sea Ranch in Sonoma County, from the village of Mendocino in Mendocino County to the city of Eureka in Humboldt County, to the Trinity River in Trinity County, and to Crescent City in Del Norte. Our culture is shared. It is a culture of reverence for the environment. It is a common value that sustains our delicate rural infrastructure. Our attention is on environmental protection. Our experience, the past 10 years, have proven that a common legislative course is imperative to preserve our coast, our forests, our wildlife, and our farming. Please help us. We must maintain our current emphasis in order to survive and serve the environment that sustains us. Please draw our lines in the image of Stand Up VSDA North Coast 1013. Thank you.
Thank you so much. And right now we have caller 7843, and up next after that will be caller 7969. Caller 7843, if you will please follow the prompts to unmute at this time by pressing *6. The floor is yours.
Thank you very much. My name is Jim Provenza. I am the chairman of the Yolo County Board of Supervisors. Supervisor Saylor and Kate Laddish spoke earlier about our desire to keep Yolo County and Solano County united in single districts. We have been working with Solano County the past 12 years on issues relating to the Delta. Although we're also linked by Interstate 80, the Delta is what we have very much in common. We're working very hard for conservation and to protect our water interests, working with the state and federal government on a regular basis. We work not only with government leaders, but with community members on this and other areas of common concern. We share a air district board, and we share seats on the Delta Conservancy. In addition, we are linked through UC Davis on our agricultural economic development, and we share common interests by being on the I-80 corridor, what we refer to as the portion of I-80 that is the innovation corridor from the Fairfield-Vacaville area all the way to West Sacramento, where there are transportation needs being developed, but we are also innovatively developing our economies. We are very much together and would like to stay together. As a brief aside, our Sierra Club is called the Yolano Sierra Club for representing the uniting of Yolo and Solano County on numerous issues before the state and local governments. So thank you very much for the opportunity to speak today.
Thank you so much. Right now we have caller 7969, and up next after that will be caller 2373. Caller 7969, if you will please follow the prompt to unmute at this time by pressing *6. And one more time, caller 7969, if you will please follow the prompts to unmute by pressing *6. Caller 7969, there appears to be a connectivity issue. If you will please call back in and raise your hand again. Right now we will go to caller 2373. If you will please follow the prompts to unmute at this time by pressing *6. The floor is yours. Caller 2373, you are unmuted. The floor is yours. I want to make sure that your phone is not on mute.
Hello, can you hear me?
We sure can. The floor is yours.
Thank you. My name is Lynn Naylor. I'm the CEO of Innovation Tri-Valley Leadership Group, a business-led collective of regional leaders in the East Bay. It's important for the Tri-Valley to be kept whole in any districts written by the Commission, as has been shared in public comment throughout this process. 5 main cities make up a long-standing community of interest in Alameda and Contra Costa counties, collectively referred to as the Tri-Valley: Livermore, Pleasanton, Dublin, San Ramon, Danville, and the unincorporated areas that are closely aligned with them: Alamo, Blackhawk, Diablo, Tassajara Valley, and Sunol. The Tri-Valley is a region that works, shops, and coordinates closely. Our city government leaders meet regularly and work as a team on major issues like housing, transportation, and land use. Our water districts, park districts, and school districts span multiple cities in the Tri-Valley. Wheels and County Connection and the Livermore-Amador Valley Transit Authority all serve the communities of the Tri-Valley together. On the Senate visualizations, and to more closely reflect community of interest testimony, we request a map that keeps the Tri-Valley whole and connects east for the required population to more closely reflect continuity and cohesion among cities in those areas. Assembly Visualization A, labeled East Alameda County, keeps the Tri-Valley whole. An improvement would be to include Contra Costa East, all the way to the county line. Congressional Visualization B, labeled Concord-Tracy, keeps the Tri-Valley together and could also extend all the way to the county border. Thank you for the opportunity to comment. We appreciate your good work.
Thank you so much. Right now we will have caller 3852, and up next after that will be caller 4835. Caller 3852, if you will please follow the prompts to unmute at this time. The floor is yours.
Hi, Commissioners. Thank you for all your work and effort in this process. My name is Brian Williams. I'm a longtime NorCal resident and just calling as a resident. I want to echo some of the comments I've heard from other people I do not know, from Yolo County and from Tahoe, where your congressional districts and other districts for the Mid-Sierra region seem to be scattered, huge, and I'd like the Commission to stick with some of their the constitutional goals of compactness. You have the potential to draw congressional lines along the 50, the 49, and 80 highway corridors from Roseville to Tahoe, from South Lake to Folsom. In that general area, you have the ability to create a congressional district up to 5. That's similar to the 1st congressional district as it is now. These areas, share their flow of good people up the highways, business ties, tourism ties. it's similar environmental and fire safety concerns, infrastructure concerns, and the flow of like seasonal workers and part-time workers go from between these areas. So I think the commission has kind of overthought those districts and should kind of like look again at the compactness and seeing what they could do. So members of the community don't have to drive, 4 hours to go to a district, or, you have a district going from UC Davis, to Alpine. So I think the commission should kind of restart on that area of the maps. Thank you so much for all your help. Bye.
Thank you so much. Yeah, right now we'll go to caller 4835, and up next after that will be caller 3191. Caller 4835, if you will please follow the prompts to unmute at this time by pressing *6. The floor is yours.
Thank you. Hi, my name is Patrick McFarland, and I'm a third-generation South Central Los Angeles resident, and I'm calling about the congressional, Senate, and Assembly map. These proposed redistricting maps eliminate districts that include much of Central Los Angeles, including historically Black communities of Ladera Heights, View Park, Baldwin Hills, Wilmert Park, Hyde Park, Gramercy Park, Manchester Square, Mid-City, and West Adams in the heart of South Central Los Angeles. To draw districts that split a collection of the most historic Black communities in the Western United States would certainly disenfranchise Black voters. Since the Great Migration, South Central Los Angeles has been a beacon for millions of Black Americans in search of the American dream. It's become more than just a destination on the Southern Pacific Railroad for my great-grandparents and many of our ancestors, but a cultural hub for Black people across the globe. These neighborhoods are linked by their shared culture and the bonds formed by our collective experiences. As a community, we have overcome so many obstacles, from residential housing segregation, chronic disinvestment, underfunded public schools, the crack epidemic, the war on drugs, over-policing, and so much more. It's critical that we have shared representation around our major transit corridors and new transit lines, the Expo line and the Crenshaw line, as well as the Baldwin Hills Conservancy and the Inglewood oil field, the largest urban oil field in the country. Black Los Angeles faces the existential threats of homelessness, gentrification, and displacement. That's why it's more important than ever for our collective interests to be collectively represented at every level of government. This is a very specific group of communities that have common interests and deserve to have shared representation, focused on marshaling government resources to support these communities. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Right now we will have caller 3191, and up next after that will be caller 4590. Caller 3191, if you will please follow the prompts to unmute at this time by pressing *6. The floor is yours.
Hi, my name is Jonathan, and as president of the California College Democrats, I'm requesting that this body do justice to the communities it serves by establishing 4 Black Coalition Assembly seats and 2 Black Coalition State Senate seats in Los Angeles County. Right now, as the commission has proposed some maps that we can look at, the state's considering eliminating SC 30, which is the only seat represented by a Black woman in the state Senate, and they're considering reworking 8054, which is a majority-minority coalition district and one of the most diverse in the state, not just ethnically, but by categories that surmount racial lines like income, single-family households, educational attainment, religion, and class. For the city of Los Angeles, this commission should rely heavily on the neighborhood council boundaries when we're defining our communities and refrain from splitting adjacent cities and unincorporated areas unnecessarily. 8054 shows 54% of its territory with SC 30, so a lot of these points overlap, but we can't afford to disenfranchise our Black communities in Culver City, Mid-City, West Adams, the Crenshaw Corridor, Baldwin Hills, and the unincorporated communities of Ladera Heights and View Park, Windsor Hills under these new district lights. We also can't afford to break up our API and Jewish Orthodox communities in Culver City, Palms, Beverlywood, South Robertson, West LA, and Westwood. Moreover, our boundaries that we have potentially drawn here are severing the VA from the highest concentration of veterans in the West Side in the View Park and Windsor Hills neighborhoods. That's an unfathomable injustice to our troops who fought for us to enjoy our freedoms, to come and petition our government like we're doing today, and we can't allow that to become a reality.
30 seconds.
Both AD 54 and SD 30 represent USC and UCLA respectively, which are two of the largest institutions in the city and two of the largest employers. And by fragmenting both USC and UCLA from the communities in which they're placed, students aren't going to be able to advocate for their communities, and a lot of students who are living in these communities are going to be disenfranchised, and a lot of us are disproportionately facing housing insecurity, food insecurity, poverty, and a lot of us are first generation or immigrants. All in all, I think that these boundaries should be rewritten.
Time.
So much. All right, now we have caller 4590, and up next after that will be caller 9627. Caller 4590, if you will please follow the prompts to unmute at this time by pressing *6. One more time, caller with the last 4590. If you will please follow the prompts to unmute at this time by pressing *6. The floor is yours.
Good afternoon. My name is Dr. Sabrina Sanders, and I'm a resident in the city of Long Beach. First of all, I'd like to thank each of you for your service and your commitment to serving the state of California to ensure the voice of all of our communities are heard. I really appreciate this opportunity to give public comment today. And I want to thank you for keeping Long Beach together in these visualizations. Most recently, I served as the Director of Student Affairs Projects and Initiatives at the California State University Chancellor's Office. And I understand how important the work of this commission is across the entire state of California. As a resident, I'm calling in support not only to keep Long Beach together, but to keep us together within our greater communities of cities here in the region. I worked closely with California State University Long Beach, and I see each day how much our institutions of higher learning, they aren't just an incredible asset to Long Beach, but our entire region. As a hub for education, business, and culture, Long Beach is an incredible partner to communities like Lakewood, Bellflower, Los Alamitos, and Cypress. I am extremely supportive of what several members of this commission have mentioned about creating a Long Beach district that moves north from our city to include those neighboring communities as well. And I'd like to see this idea incorporated into our final district plan. Thank you for these comments in particular and for all of your incredible work throughout this process. The City of Long Beach and our neighboring communities truly appreciate your thoughtfulness in this process. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Right now, we will have caller 9627, and up next after that will be caller 7969, as if they have called back in and raised their hand. Caller 9627, if you will please follow the prompts to unmute at this time by pressing *6.
Hi, can you hear me?
Sure can. The floor is yours.
Okay, so I have a couple concerns. The first is just with one, how these not only with how the districts are being redrawn, but also how poorly this information is being presented to the public. I was thankfully emailed a link that took me directly to the actual maps on your website. There is no link on your website to the actual maps. That's the whole point of this public redistricting, is so that we, the public, can find this stuff. And once I got to that page, there's no summary maps that show all of the districts as a single map. You know, one map for the congressional districts, the Senate districts, the Assembly districts. Each one of the summary maps should have 3 parts: the current map, your proposed A districts, and then your proposed B district. Those maps should be interactive. I should be able to go to your website and zoom in so I can see all of the districts throughout the state in one map, and then zoom out to see the individual districts and their specific boundaries, as in street names, which are also missing from all of the 50 different files that you put the individual maps in. So as far as presentation, really, this is unacceptable. It would have to improve substantially to get to the point of being merely unacceptable. But my specific concern is about the consolidation of Sidley Comlicker Doug's district with Steve Bradford's. That would diminish
30 seconds.
The impact of the African American community. I would like to see those stay as 2 separate districts. But I'd love to comment on the other maps, but I don't have an infinite amount of time to figure out your files.
Thank you so much. And up next, we will have caller 7969. And after that will be caller 2815. Caller 7969. You will please follow the prompts to unmute at this time by pressing *6. The floor is yours.
Good afternoon, commissioners and staff and everyone. Thank you. I had trouble unmuting earlier. But my name is Ebony Abram. I'm calling from LA Voice and LA Voice Action, and also as a resident of the 24th District, with serious concerns about your proposed Senate maps in LA County. Both A and B proposed plans reduce the number of Senate districts in the county from 11 to 10, and Los Angeles, as the most diverse, largest county in the country, does not need less representation for the millions of people here. 7 of the current 11 districts were drawn specifically to empower communities of colors, and by reducing the number of seats in Los Angeles, you are guaranteeing fewer opportunities for historically underrepresented communities to elect our candidates of choice. So at a time when California is growing more diverse by the day, this is simply unacceptable. No commissioner should find it acceptable that your draft maps cut the number of districts, Senate districts in Los Angeles where African Americans can elect in half. And by reducing representation here, you're forcing communities that do not fit together to compete. And so drawing Koreatown into the San Fernando Valley makes no more sense than drawing Santa Monica into South Central Los Angeles, than drawing Rancho Palos Verdes into Long Beach. So this is not about making small changes around the edges in a few weeks. We need big change now.
30 seconds.
Please tell your line drawers to revisit the plans in Los Angeles County and ensure our diverse voices are heard. Thank you.
Thank you so much. And right now we have caller 2815, and up next after that will be caller 0564. Caller 2815, if you will please follow the prompts to unmute at this time by pressing *6. And one more time, caller with the last 4, 2815. So please press *6 to unmute at this time. Caller 2815, there seems to be some connectivity issues at this time. If you will please dial back in and raise your hand, I will come right back to you. Caller 0564, and up next after that will be caller 5831. Caller 0564, if you will please follow the prompts to unmute, the floor is yours.
Yes, my name is Manisha Shah, and I have been living in Sunnyvale for the last 25 years. And I also wrote a detailed letter regarding this rezoning district. So I'm in District CA 17, and it has, which is the South Bay off on El Camino, which is closer to Palo Alto and Mountain View. But you have District 17, have East Bay, Fremont, and Milpitas, and all that in part of the CA District 17. And I think we have different issues, and I think we need to be sticking more to Palo Alto and Mountain View because those districts are more closer to me, those cities. And also, we are the tech hub here. So it doesn't make, even if to go for the town hall meetings, you're already aware of the traffic, which is coming back with the COVID going. And to attend town hall meetings or anything, it's like a long, hard journey to go to Fremont. So it just doesn't make sense because if you look at the map, it's just like a haphazard zoning problem where we have we need an Asian American representation in our area because that's what the diaspora is becoming these days. And I think the rezoning is not done well, and I would appreciate if you can look into it. I've also written a long detailed letter regarding this problem for District 17 and District 18. So I think Sunnyvale needs to be with District 18. I hope you appreciate that.
Thank you so much. Right now we have caller 5831, and up next after that will be caller 3315. Caller 5831, if you will please follow the prompts to unmute at this time by pressing *6. The floor is yours.
Hello, my name is Rachel Beck, and I'm a resident of Yolo County and an employee of the University of California, Davis. I want to thank the commissioners for their work and for their attention to public input. I'm calling to ask the commission to reconsider Yolo County's placement in both of the proposed congressional district visualizations and request that Yolo County be united with adjacent Solano County due to how tightly our counties are integrated by our shared I-80 transportation corridor, by the Sacramento-San Joaquin Delta, by the shared resources of Puda Creek, and the activities of so many environmental nonprofits that work across these two counties. And I additionally want to highlight the community of interest of UC Davis, which is located on the county line between Yolo and Solano counties, with the center of campus falling in Yolo and research lands in the facilities of the university in Solano County. And the campus water for important agricultural research comes from the Solano Irrigation District. Students, faculty, non-faculty staff live up and down the I-80 corridor in Dixon, Vacaville, and Fairfield in Solano County, and in Davis and Woodland in Yolo County. The university is an economic, educational, agricultural, and innovation hub that extends into both Solano and Yolo counties. And I ask you to keep this important community of interest intact in your next rendering of the district maps in our area. Thank you.
Thank you so much. So right now we will have caller 3315, and up next after that will be caller 9812. Caller 3315, if you will please follow the prompts to unmute at this time by pressing *6. The floor is yours.
Thank you. This is Miley Melkonian from Visalia in Tulare County, and I have a question and a comment. The question is, I'm unable to find a visualization anywhere that shows Visalia. I would very much like to know what plans you are considering for the city of Visalia. And my comment is that I do hope that your plans are to keep Visalia in the same district with Three Rivers and that whole 198 corridor, including Exeter and Farmersville, as well as with Fresno on the 99, that strip of the 99, at least part of Fresno. Those of us in Three Rivers people get their medical care in Visalia. Three Rivers and Visalia people do go to Fresno for specialized medical care. For education, this triangle of Three Rivers, Visalia, and Fresno defines an educational triangle as well, where Three Rivers residents send their children to high school in Woodlake, which is by Exeter, and then often go to community college in Visalia, and then a 4-year state college in Fresno. For entertainment, we cross-pollinate in this triangle very, very often. Three Rivers residents do their shopping in Visalia, and Visalia and Three Rivers residents do.
Time.
Thank you so much.
Katie, if I can just respond to the caller's question, visualizations of Visalia would be a part of the Central Valley visualizations that are posted on our website under meetings. And if you look for the meetings from last week, you can find the links to all of those maps there on our website. Thank you.
Perfect. Thank you so much, Chair. Right now, we'll have caller 9812, and up next after that will be caller 7466. Caller 9812, if you will please follow the prompts to unmute at this time by pressing *6. And one more time, caller with the last 4, 9812. You'll please unmute by pressing *6 on your telephone keypad at this time. Caller 9812, there appears to be a connectivity issue. If you're unmuting, you'll please dial back in. I will please come back to you. Caller 7466, if you will please follow the prompts to unmute at this time by pressing *6. The floor is yours.
Good afternoon. My name is Carmen Taylor Jones. I'm calling representing Black Women for Wellness in Los Angeles, and I'm calling in opposition of the current proposed plans A and B. It is very interesting. The shrinking community that is comprised of African Americans is largely centered in districts 30 and 35. However, the proposed plans both managed to chop up these two heavily African American districts into 5 different districts. And we are just having conversations that we hope that that is an error. And we are asking for the commissioners to direct the line drawers to correct this error. It actually goes against the tenets of the constitutional basis of redistricting to take a community and divide it in such a way that those who share commonalities such as law enforcement, our kids go to the same schools, we worship at the same churches, we even have the same COVID testing sites and COVID vaccination sites right now. However, this will displace us, separate us, and also minimize the opportunities for us to have any Black leadership minimized from 2 to 1 chance of that happening. So again, we are asking for the commissioners to redirect the line drawers to correct the error in which you divide 30 and 35 into 5 different districts. Thank you so much for your time. Bye-bye.
Thank you so much. Right now we have caller 2846, and up next after that will be caller 2489. Caller 2846, if you will please follow the prompts to, the floor is yours.
Hi, can you hear me?
We sure can.
Yes. Good afternoon, Commissioner. My name is Conween, and my family has lived in Huntington Beach since 1991. My 2 daughters and their family also live in Huntington Beach and is currently in Westminster, but it was my business for over 30 years is currently in Westminster, but it was previously in Huntington Beach, now back to Westminster. Last night, a customer at my restaurant was telling me about the maps that were posted on your website on Wednesday that has my community split apart. I would like for you to know that our community and cultural interest lies within Garden Grove, Westminster, Midway City, Fountain Valley, Huntington Beach, Seal Beach, Rossmore, and Los Alamitos. Yes, we started in Westminster, but have since expanded into other cities. And now my children and their friends have all moved to Huntington Beach, Fountain Valley, Seal Beach, Rossmore, and Los Alamitos. Undoubtedly, Huntington Beach, Seal Beach, Rossmore, and Los Alamitos have seen a large growing number of Asian Americans especially Vietnamese Americans moving into these cities in the last few years, and there is no doubt this number will continue to grow in the next decade. These are the areas where we go visit our families and friends, shop, go grocery shopping, dine out, church and temples, and attend cultural and patriotic events and festivals. Please don't split us apart. Keep my children, the next generation of Vietnamese Americans, together with their parents and grandparents. Allow my grandchildren to be able to learn my heritage and values we share with the two families.
15 seconds.
Please keep Garden Grove, Westminster, Midway City, Fountain Valley, Huntington Beach, Seal Beach, Rossmore, and Los Alamitos together. And please don't split us apart. Thank you for your time.
Thank you for that. Before we move forward, I just wanted to offer a reminder that our phone lines will close at 5 p.m. We will do our best to hear everyone who does call in, but you will no longer be able to call in after 5 p.m. So if you're hoping to make a comment and watching on the live stream, please be sure to call in at this time. Katie?
Thank you so much, Chair. Right now, we will go to caller 2489. And up next after that will be caller 1940. Caller 2489, if you will please follow the prompts to unmute at this time by pressing *6. The floor is yours.
Yes, my name is Stan Bogosian. I live in Saratoga, California, lifelong resident, former mayor, two-term council member. And I would like to comment on the West Valley cities in Santa Clara County. I'd like to ask that the cities of Campbell, Saratoga, Cupertino, along the West Valley Highway 85 corridor be included in the same congressional district. We have overlapping school districts, school district boundaries that overlap our city limits. We have a highway where we have transportation issues in common. And we have, perhaps most importantly, a tech-centered economy, and a lot of folks in these communities work in tech. Very important we do this. When I grew up in Saratoga, we had a guy named Charlie Goopser, who was a Gilroy garlic farmer who represented our area in Congress. And when we had a lot of people living here that were working at Lockheed and IBM and so on, I'd like to move forward well into the 21st century, and please keep these West Valley cities together. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Yeah, up next we have caller 1940, and after that will be caller 6688. Caller 1940, if you'll please follow the prompts to unmute at this time by pressing *6. The floor is yours.
Thank you. I'm calling from Marin County, and my comments fall under the heading of if it ain't broke, don't fix it. And while I can only speak to my districts, from what I'm hearing on the call today, there are a lot of places where it seems like it ain't broke, but it's being fixed. I think it would be helpful in clarifying to a lot of us if on the website, the existing congressional, state senate, and assembly districts with the overlay of the current census data were there for us to see, so we could maybe understand why some of these changes are being made, or know further that perhaps they shouldn't be made. I know you have a giant task in front of you, but it seems that you're possibly making it more difficult with these wholesale changes. I've been attending these meetings, and I also attended the meetings 10 years ago. And I know that so many people work so hard here in these districts here to get these districts established. So it's unclear to me as to why, after so much testimony to the contrary, both then and now, that I'd be seeing the kinds of maps that I'm seeing for NorCal, particularly ones that take some of our coastal counties and move them eastward. As I say, I've lived in Marin for over 52 years, and I know it's impossible to please everybody, but I really don't find any of the maps as drawn. A couple get a little bit close, but they're really not acceptable to me. I think the North Coast should be kept together from Marin to Del Norte. The coastal community should be represented at the state and federal level unilaterally. Marin is 80% open space, and we really are not an urban situation. We should not be going south across the Golden Gate. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Right now we have caller 6688. If you will please follow the prompts to unmute at this time. And after that will be caller 9011. I apologize. Right now will be caller 6688, and up next will be 9011. Caller 6688, please follow the prompts to unmute by pressing *6. The floor is yours. Oh, one more time. The floor is yours.
Thank you. Thank you to the Redistricting Committee for allowing me to comment today. I have lived in the Santa Clarita Valley for 24 years. Santa Clarita is the third largest city in Los Angeles County, behind the city of LA and Long Beach. The populous communities reside solely within the boundaries of Los Angeles County, and I feel very strongly that they should stay that way. As the third largest city in the county, we should also be the centerpiece of any congressional seat that's drawn here. This time around, we have an opportunity to correct the mistakes of the past, and I am not in support of any map that would stretch Santa Clarita Valley into Kern, as we have almost nothing in common with Kern aside from a north-south freeway that runs the length of the entire state of California. Santa Clarita and the Antelope Valley have a history of shared resources and are two closely aligned communities of interest. We share commuter routes, rural roads, the Metrolink light rail system, and we have traditionally been connected by mutual interests. We share none of that with Kern County. And when trying to compete for federal fundings for projects, this would be awkward and cumbersome. Santa Clarita and the Antelope Valley are separated from Kern by mountains and vast desert landscapes. Kern is predominantly agriculture, gas, and oil, and share very little in common with communities in Santa Clarita and the Antelope Valley. Even our real estate markets are totally divergent. There could not be a more clumsy map driven, or a clumsy map drawn that than to link Santa Clarita with Kern somehow. The CDBAV and the State Senate District North LA County make more sense for the entire region as a whole. They're geographically contiguous and condensed. They're of equal scale and almost perfect rectangles, and they share the same common interest. It just makes so much more sense. Thanks, and this is Stacy Fortner.
Thank you so much. And right now we will have caller 9011, and up next after that will be caller 9812, as they have called back in and raised their hand. Caller 9011, if you will please follow the prompts to unmute at this time by pressing *6. The floor is yours.
Good afternoon. My name is Glenn Newman. I'm a 22-year resident of Seal Beach in North Orange County, right next to Long Beach. We share a community with Los Alamitos and Rossmore, and in general, we go to the same schools, the same police forces work together very closely, and we also are very close to Long Beach. I worship in Long Beach. My children do athletic activities in Long Beach. I was born in Long Beach and feel a strong connection with them. Most of the lines that were made don't show that connection between Seal Beach, Los Alamitos, and Rossmore with Long Beach. And I'd like to see that corrected. We do feel like we are a part of Orange County, but our medical centers, universities are in Long Beach, and I think that we align more politically with the Long Beach community. And if we are going to join the Greater Long Beach area, perhaps the Palos Verdes section is taken out of Long Beach to accommodate my community to be part of the Long Beach area and all of the districting that you've done. And I want to commend the commissioners on doing such a good job of working so hard to make this as fair as possible. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. And right now we will be going back to caller 9812. You will please follow the prompts to unmute at this time by pressing *6. All right, one more time, caller 9812, if you will please press *6 to unmute. The *9 did work. I apologize, caller 9812. I do not know why you're not able to unmute at this time. I will try you again here shortly. Right now, we will be at caller real quick. In 3 minutes, the phone lines will be closing, and I can see on the chair's face she would like that announcement made. In 3 minutes at 5 o'clock, the lines will be closing, so please call in. The full instructions are on the live stream landing page. Right now, we will have caller 3082, and up next after that will be caller 7028. Caller 3082, if you will please follow the prompts to unmute at this time by pressing *6. The floor is yours.
Greetings. I'm Pastor William D. Smart Jr., President and CEO of the Southern Christian Leadership Conference of Southern California. We are Voting Rights, the civil rights organization, the one that Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. founded. And I'm calling to express my strong opposition to your proposed senatorial maps A and B. You know, one of the things that we have fought for is the Voting Rights Act, particularly Section 2 and Section 5. And we've adopted it in no small reason because of the hard work of African Americans all around the country and this state. The voting power comes from a long-standing, well-documented community of interest in South Los Angeles with shared common social and economic interests that should be included within common districts for purposes of its effective and fair representation. South Los Angeles is an urban area whose people are similar living standards, use the same transportation facilities, have similar working opportunities, and have access to the same media communication. Preserving this voting strip means ensuring all of the communities and their sizable African American populations stay connected in 2 senatorial districts. Under your proposal, these communities and their sizable African American populations are instead divided into no less than 5 Senate districts. This slicing and dicing of South LA is rooted in your decision to reduce the number of Senate districts from 11 to 10. We hope that you must reconsider this. You cannot disenfranchise this important community, and we hope that we know you'll make the right decision in the change. Thank you.
Thank you so much. And right now we'll have caller 7028, and up next after that will be caller 0851. Caller 7028, if you will please follow the prompts to unmute at this time by pressing *6. The floor is yours.
Thank you. Hello. My name is Marisela de Rivera. I'm calling from North Long Beach. First and foremost, I would like to thank you. This is an incredible body of work that you are doing, and I'm very grateful for each of you being on this commission. I'm also really grateful for you keeping Long Beach together in the majority of the visualizations that you've looked over the past few days. And I want to say that as a resident of North Long Beach, we are served in our area by 3 separate assembly districts currently. And seeing that unified going forward is a welcome change. We are It is very difficult when a small slice of the city, when some of your neighbors are represented by different assembly districts. And so I really look forward to seeing Long Beach kept together. I'd also like to thank you for your supportive comments on behalf of our area and for recognizing the importance of our community and our representation as such a large, populated, and beautifully diverse city in California. I'm also calling this afternoon to let you know how important it is that North Long Beach be kept with the rest of the city, because we are a vital part of Long Beach. And residents like me and my neighbors, we share schools, parks, libraries, and so many other important things with the rest of the city. My daughters both go to school in a different part of Long Beach from where we live, so that they can be part of our district's amazing dual immersion program. I want to make sure that we are electing representatives from our area that reflect our diversity. Our school district is an incredible resource that doesn't just serve Long Beach, but all of our neighboring city communities to the north and east as well. I appreciate your time, your consideration, and I hope you have a wonderful afternoon. Thank you.
Thank you so much. And right now we will have caller 0851, and up next after that will be caller 5254. Caller 0851, if you will please follow the prompts to unmute at this time. The floor is yours.
Thank you. Hello, my name is Catherine Lang, and I'm a resident of Carlsbad, calling to give feedback on the State Senate visualization for North San Diego County. I believe the visualizations are unnecessary to separate the north coastal areas of Camp Pendleton, Oceanside, Carlsbad, Encinitas, Solana Beach, and Del Mar. And these 5 cities form a single community of interest, and they should be grouped together whenever possible. Letter A, which separates these cities and groups of Oceanside and Carlsbad together with the cities in Riverside County, is completely unacceptable. Number B is, which does the same thing, but links Oceanside and Carlsbad with South Orange County, which is really not much better. These 5 cities along Camp Pendleton should be grouped together for the following reasons. The coastal community, we are fundamentally linked and should be with a shared resource, which is our coast. The recent oil spill highlights the need to have these coastal areas represented by a single state senator who will fight for the billions of dollars and tens of thousands of jobs supported by the marine and coastal tourism economies. The Buena Vista Lagoon, the Agua Hedisio Lagoon, the Bataquitos Lagoon, San Alejo Lagoon, each share a border with at least 2 of these cities, and the lagoons form a vital link for these cities, unifying the coastal community around the themes of environmental protection and our representatives that should share. The transit corridors, the I-5, El Camino Real, also for the school districts and the real estate markets. I think that that's a very important thing to keep these 5 cities together. Thank you very much. I appreciate your time.
Thank you. And right now we have caller 5254, and up next after that we will have caller 0308. Caller 5254, if you could please follow the prompts to unmute at this time by pressing *6. The floor is yours.
Hello, my name is Naomi Rainey. I'm the president of Long Beach Branch NACP and a member of the Executive Committee of California State Conference NACP. We're part of Keep Long Beach Together Coalition. We appreciate you keeping Long Beach together in the maps that have been released. Long Beach is a huge city, and we're very, very diverse. The great thing about Long Beach is that despite our differences, we work together to support each other with our own unique community needs. I'm requesting, as the NAACP, an organization of civil rights and social justice, that Long Beach and some of our smaller neighboring cities, I'm requesting that you keep Long Beach and some of our smaller neighborhood cities together, but I do not believe in the organization that we should be lumped with San Pedro and Los Angeles gateway cities. I've heard the comments from San Pedro, and it appears that they do not want to be with Long Beach either. And on that, I think we can both agree. Thank you for supporting Long Beach and our diverse community. And this is a request, not a beg, to keep Long Beach Together Coalition. Thank you.
Thank you so much. All right, now we will have caller 0308, and up next after that will be caller 0434. Caller 0308, if you will please follow the prompts to unmute at this time. The floor is yours.
Hello. Hi, my name is Darshan Patel, and I'm a resident of Sunnyvale. I would like to speak about Congressional District 18. I think it does not have an American Asian representation at the congressional district level. I would suggest moving Sunnyvale and Cupertino to CA18. This will make sense geography as well, and obviously help boost Asian American leadership at that district level. Thank you for giving me this opportunity. Thank you.
Thank you so much. And right now we will have caller 0434, and up next after that will be caller 2978. Caller 0434, if you will please follow the prompts to unmute at this time by pressing *6. The floor is yours.
Hello, my name is Sage. I'm calling from Santa Clarita Valley. Santa Clarita is the third largest city in LA County. And I was looking at some of the congressional maps and the state senate maps and assembly maps. So out of the congressional maps, there's option A, which unites Santa Clarita Valley and Antelope Valley, which is great, but then it goes way north into Kern County. And my big concern with option A is that Kern County is going to be disenfranchised because, the Antelope Valley and Santa Clarita Valley are communities of interest, and they will be, basically a behemoth. Politically, they'll be a political behemoth, and Kern County, those parts of Kern County are going to get forgotten. But option B for the congressional map is almost perfect. I mean, it's a perfect square. It meets the constitutional requirements for a congressional district as far as population is concerned. It unites Santa Clarita Valley and Antelope Valley, dips down into communities in San Fernando Valley that have already been really a part of, we've been communities of interest for a long time. That's Porter Ranch and Chatsworth. I did the Senate district, obviously the same thing as the congressional district. I prefer the one, I think it's called North LA County, that goes down into San Fernando Valley. And the assembly districts, I love both options for assembly districts. But the last comment I'll make is the Victor Valley. I know I have some commissioners who have been making comments about uniting the AV with Victor Valley, and I would say that's not going to be great. So Santa Clarita Valley and Antelope Valley belong together. So thank you for all you're doing. I appreciate all of you. And that's the end of my comment. Thank you.
Katie, before we move on, I just wanted to remind everyone that we are up against a mandatory 15-minute break at 5:15, so we can take maybe 2 more callers before we have to take that break, and we'll come back to finish everyone else who's in the queue.
Perfect. Thank you so much, Chair. So we will have caller 2978, and up next after that will be caller 5045. Caller 2978. If you will please follow the prompts to unmute at this time by pressing *6. The floor is yours.
Thank you. I want to first and foremost thank the Commission for making this time available, and then to give consideration and appreciation to you for all of this tough work. My name is James McKnight. I'm a pastor in South Central Los Angeles and a member of LA Voice. And I was thinking about what is being proposed, both A and B. And certainly, based upon these conversations and thoughts that I've had about my community representation, a lot of questions have surfaced. In the interest of time, I would hope that there would be a cessation of these plans and that folks would go back to the drawing board to ensure that communities of color like mine have the representation that they have historically. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. And we do have time for one more caller before the break. And I would like to make an announcement to those that have called in. Please do not hang up over the break. Just please do not hang up over the break, and you will remain in line in the order you are in. Right now we have caller 5045. If you will please follow the prompts to unmute at this time by pressing *6. The floor is yours.
Hi, my name is Luke Teslick. I'm a resident of Oceanside. I'm calling you feedback on the State Senate visualizations for San Diego County. I believe the visualizations unnecessarily separate the North Coastal areas of Camp Pendleton, Oceanside, Carlsbad, Encinitas, Solana Beach, and Del Mar. These 5 cities form a single community of interest, and they should be grouped together whenever possible. A visualization A, which separates these cities in groups in Oceanside and Camp Pendleton together with cities in Riverside, isn't good. Visualization B, which does the same but links Oceanside and Carlsbad with South Orange County, is not much better. These 5 cities, along with Camp Pendleton, should be grouped together for the following reasons. First, because they're a coastal community. We're fundamentally linked by the shared resources our coast. The recent oil spill highlights the need to have these coastal areas represented by a single state senator who will fight for the billions of dollars and tens of thousands of jobs supported by the marine and coastal tourism economies. Also, the Buena Vista Lagoon, the Agua Hinona Lagoon, the Badajoz Lagoon, and the San Elijo Lagoon each share a border with at least 2 of these cities. Lagoons form a vital link between these cities. You can find the coastal community around the themes of environmental protection, which our representatives should share. Also, transit corridors. The I-5 El Camino Real and Pacific Surfliner connect our cities along one central transit corridor, which our state senator will be integral in securing funding for. Also, school districts. Several school districts in these cities cross municipal borders. For example, the Encinitas Union School District extends in Carlsbad. The San Diego links Carlsbad, Encinitas, Solana Beach, and Del Mar. Also, most striking, the Miracosta Community College District extends from Oceanside into Carlsbad, Encinitas, Solana Beach, and Del Mar
15 seconds.
in each of the 5 cities and other areas. And lastly, real estate markets, which real estate markets are very similar along these cities, resulting in skyrocketing home values across the coastal area. And the housing crisis, which is a matter of statewide concern, demonstrates need to have areas of similar
time.
All right, and with that, we are at 5:14, so I'm going to suggest we pause at this point. We take our mandatory 15-minute break, and we'll be back at 5:30 to complete hearing from those who are in the queue. If you're in the queue, please hold tight for 15 minutes. We will be back to hear your calls. If you were unable to get in the queue today, but wanted to provide feedback to the commission, know that you can do that at any time. You can email us at the Voters First Act at crc.ca.gov, or you can submit through our online form, which is available on our website. So with that, we'll take a 15-minute break and be back at 5:30. Welcome back to the California Citizens Redistricting Commission as we round out our meeting on district visualizations. We have a number of callers left in the queue, and Katie, I will send it over to you so that we can hear from them.
There. And we will be starting off with caller 5231, and up next after that will be caller 6274. Caller 5231, if you will please follow the prompts to unmute at this time by pressing *6. The floor is yours.
Hey, good evening, Redistricting Commission. My name is Muni Madhipatla, a longtime Cupertino resident, active community member, and the Sitting Planning Commission of Cupertino. I'm speaking here representing myself as a resident. When I look at the redistricting map of District 17 and 18 that you are considering, it feels like someone went out of their way to gerrymander these two districts, as there is a portion of West Valley community taken from District 18 and artificially attached to District 17, which is mostly East Bay cities. I highly recommend to align Cupertino with Congressional District 18, as Cupertino shares borders with Los Altos, Saratoga, Mountain View, Sunnyvale, and Santa Clara. Besides sharing border, Cupertino has lots of shared interests, such as overlapping school district, CUSD, FUHSD, freeways, 85 and 280, public transit, VTA, water, San Jose Water Company, community services such as West Valley Community Services, with adjacent cities like Saratoga, Los Altos, Palo Alto, Mountain View, Santa Clara, and Sunnyvale. We got nothing in common with the East Bay cities like Union City, Fremont, Newark, Milpitas, other than Asian majorities. If Asian majority is the reason to pack District 17, that's insulting to us and depriving us of opportunity to have more than one congressperson. Please don't create a Asian ghetto out of District 17. Restrict us to only one congressman. Please move Cupertino, Sunnyvale, Santa Clara to District 18
30 seconds.
to have a diverse representation and a clean map of adjacent towns, not an inexplicable map of discontinued communities with nothing in common. Thank you.
Thank you so much. And right now we'll have caller 6274, and up next after that will be caller 5165. Caller 6274, if you will please follow the prompts to unmute at this time by pressing *6. The floor is yours.
Thank you. My name is Darren Short. I live in Crescent City up in the far north, Delaware County. I am currently one of the members of the County Board of Supervisors. And first off, I would like to thank the Commission for the professionalism that this inquiry and information gathering is being conducted. I know you have an incredibly large amount of information to gather, and I truly appreciate the ease of which it is able to obtain the information on the visualizations and the possible outcomes of this inquiry. But what I would like to say is, through my listenings of the past few days, it seems as if there is an opinion that the coastal cities through the Northern California region, and I mean through the coastal regions that are above San Francisco, and which includes Del Norte counties, which is 6 hours above San Francisco. And I just wanted to kind of correct that. 4 out of the 5 supervisors here in Del Norte County believe that we would be better represented as we were 10 years ago when we were used to be in District 1. And I truly believe that myself. We do share some things with other coastal counties, but just having the Pacific Ocean on our left side is not all there is to it. Our rural community, our rural heritage is something that really holds dear to us. We are very small in Del Norte County.
Time.
Thank you so much. And right now we will have caller 5165, and up next after that will be caller 3315. Caller 5165, if you will please follow the prompts to unmute at this time by pressing *6. The floor is yours.
Thank you. This is Eileen Samet. I've been a resident of Davis in Yolo County for over 35 years.
Could caller 5165 please speak closer to the mic? We're having trouble hearing you.
Sorry. I am a 35-year resident of Davis and Yolo County, and a former planning commissioner, and I am calling in strong opposition to both redistricting maps suggested or proposed by the commission for a variety of reasons. But most importantly, it what needs to be done instead is to unite Yolo County with Solano County, as it has in the past, for many reasons. If that is not enough population-wise, then to add in Contra Costa County would make sense, because these are all united by they're connected by the Delta. These are all Delta counties. Anyway, one of the most obvious reasons why is because UC Davis has its land is in both Yolo and Solano County, and these are adjacent counties. That's just one of the reasons. I-80 transportation system that connects both counties. The idea that we have all these 40,000 military veterans living in both counties, which are in need of continuity services within these two counties that have contiguity. So it is so important. For other reasons, air quality basin is shared between Yolo and Solano Air Quality Management District. So because of the agricultural connection, obviously transportation, all these other economic base and other dimensions of commonality, we really the proposed districting does not work of either of the proposals, and we need to have Yolo County and Solano County for certain the same district. Thank you.
Thank you so much. All right, now we're going to caller 3315, and up next after that will be caller 4678. Caller 3315, if you will please follow the prompts to unmute at this time by pressing *6. The floor is yours.
Hello. I called a little earlier from Visalia in Tulare County, and I was having trouble finding Visalia on a map. I still cannot find Visalia on a map, even though I am looking at your visualizations that are in the packet. There are two packets, one with 10 visualizations, another with 9 visualizations, and our county tends to be in the end of the pack each time. But the city of Visalia is not printed on any of these maps. I am looking at District CDAF-T, and I can see that the city of Visalia is on this map, even though it is not mentioned on here. A lot of other communities are named, but not the city of Visalia, but I can see that it's there. Unfortunately, Three Rivers is not in this visualization. So I would object to it for that reason. Now, the other possible map that might include Visalia, but it doesn't look like it does, is the last one in this pack. It is CDAECA. And that one looks like it does include Three Rivers, maybe includes Fresno, but it only includes half of Tulare County. So Visalia, being on the eastern side of Tulare County, might not be included in this. I kind of prefer this visualization to the other one, except that Visalia, I would want Visalia to be in it. And if
time.
Thank you so much. Right now we will have caller 4678, and up next after that will be caller 8263. Caller 4678, if you will please follow the prompts to unmute at this time by pressing *6. And one more time, caller with the last 4, 4678. If you wish to unmute, please press *6 on your telephone keypad. Caller 4678, you appear to have some trouble unmuting. I will come back to you. All right, now we will go to caller 8263. If you will please follow the prompts to unmute at this time by pressing star 6. The floor is yours.
Thank you. My name is Paul. First, I would like to thank the commission and staff for working overtime to accept public comment. I want to speak specifically about the visualizations for the North Coast from Marin to the Oregon border. I've been a resident of Marin and Sonoma counties my entire life. Currently live in San Rafael, but I've lived in Petaluma as well and worked in Santa Rosa. At one time, I was an organizational representative for the North Coast from the Golden Gate Bridge to the Oregon border, so I've driven the 101 corridor many times. It's more than the Pacific Coast that links these communities. It's rural, including a significant portion of Marin County, agriculture, and critically transportation along the 101 corridor, the SMART train, which stands for Sonoma Marin Area Rail Transit. I heard the reference earlier to taking it east, but I think we'd like to finish building out what we have between Marin and Sonoma before any further work gets done that way. And many of us are currently concerned about a proposal to attempt to revitalize the rail line, which would run from Marin County all the way up through the Eel River corridor to Humboldt. Obviously not one many of us favor, but again, it's a transportation link that unites this North Coast district, and federal and state representation on these issues is critical. Water is another very critical issue in this era of ongoing droughts. Mendocino, Sonoma, and Marin County are all fed by the Russian River watershed. And in fact, the Russian River and the Eel River watersheds are connected by the Potter Valley project that sits between them and allows some rebalancing of water supply when there's water to be had. I think for all these reasons, I urge the Commission to keep the North Coast together for state and federal representation. Thank you for the opportunity to comment.
Thank you so much. And we will be going to caller 4678. And we do have caller 1327. You have not made comment this evening. If you wish to give comment, please press star 9. And caller 5617, you have not given comment this evening. And if you wish to give comment, please press star 9. And caller 9557, you have not given comment this evening. And if you wish to give comment, please press star 9. And I do see all those hands. And we will be coming right up to you. Caller 4678. If you will please follow the prompts to unmute at this time by pressing star 6. The floor is yours.
Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
We sure can.
Okay, my name is Joel Block. I live in Rossmore in Orange County, adjacent to Long Beach. I've lived here over 20 years. A lot of us in this area of Orange County, adjacent to Los Angeles County, work and have worked in Long Beach, and we have ties there in the port. I work for Cal State University, and we have a community of interest along with Los Alamitos and Seal Beach, the other adjacent communities. So we do support the Long Beach districts and having the communities surrounding Long Beach to fill in the additional numbers to make equal districts. I want to have the commission, please do not lose sight of forest through the trees. You are not an elected body or unelected citizens designated to draw logical, fair, and non-gerrymandered district lines, as opposed to politicians who draw lines for various self-interest motives. Please do no harm. To give you some perspective, remember, for example, that Congress and the state constitution do not even require Congress people coming from the same district they represent. There's lots of glitches in the system. Also remember that we have the exact same number of assembly members and senators that we had in 1879. So representation is just, it has to be seen in context. You try to do the best you can.
Thank you so much. And right now we will have caller 5617. And up next after that will be caller 1327. And our last after that will be caller 9557. Caller 5617, if you will please follow the prompts to unmute at this time by pressing *6. The floor is yours.
Thank you. Good afternoon, Commissioners. My name is Kyle Bright. I'm a student at Mira Costa College and a lifelong resident of Camp Pendleton and Oceanside. I'm calling today to express my concerns about North County, San Diego being torn apart. North County encompasses Camp Pendleton to Del Mar and Oceanside to Escondido. Those of us that live here are intensely proud of our North County identity and the close-knit region we have built. Our region forms a strong community of interest, one that should be respected and kept together to the greatest extent possible. Having listened to previous sessions, I am grateful to Commissioner Sinai and Akutagawa for rejecting the unacceptable visualizations Camp Pendleton in 15 and Camp Pendleton 15 and CF. The alternative visualizations, Assembly A, Dana to Ocean, and Senate B, OC and SD coasts, are not ideal, but they are more acceptable. With that in mind, I would like to ask the Commission to revisit this area and at the bare minimum, please keep together the cities of Camp Pendleton, Oceanside, Vista, Carlsbad, and Encinitas. I specifically urge the Commissioners to not go through with their expressed interest in separating Vista from Oceanside. Vista and Oceanside are inextricably linked, just as Oceanside, Carlsbad, and Encinitas are also linked. Our economies are highly integrated along the 78 and 5 freeways. We live and work in each other's cities. We share the same transit networks. And we attend the same schools. And we also share the same fears over climate change, sea level rise, pollution, and our housing crisis. I would also ask that the Commission, staff on the Commission, please show the Commissioners a detailed map of Camp Pendleton's housing and gates. The northern borders of Camp Pendleton are not accessible, nor are they relevant to our community's shared military connections. Again, please keep Oceanside, Carlsbad, and Encinitas.
Time.
Thank you so much. And right now we will go to caller 1327. Please follow the prompts to unmute at this time by pressing *6. The floor is yours.
Thank you. I apologize. My name is Nathan Searles. I'm from Rossmore, California, in the northern western edge of Orange County. I was calling in support of having Rossmore, Los Alamitos, and Seal Beach be included in the Long Beach map. Long Beach is where I participate in my running club. My daughter participates in our volleyball club. It's where we do our shopping. It's a place of worship. It's our best airport. We also share the 605 freeway with Long Beach on the other side, and that means both freeway noise, and unfortunately it's also a location where we have a homelessness issue. And to have the same representation on both sides of the freeway or the river would be extremely helpful for residents on both sides. It's also, Long Beach is where, a lot of our residents from Rossmore have moved from. And then as we maybe move out of Rossmore, we also then move back to Long Beach along the coastal areas. So we have a lot in common with Long Beach. Our students in our elementary schools, middle schools, and high schools come from Long Beach. And then those same students, when they graduate, often go to Long Beach State or to Long Beach City College. So it's very important as far as keeping Los Alamitos, Seal Beach, and Rossmore together. We all share the same school district, and with the state controlling most of the school financing, it would be critical to have the same representation for all three communities. So I thank you for your time, and I know it's not easy to do this, and it's very appreciated. So thank you.
Thank you so much. And we'll be going to caller 9557 at this time. And after caller 9557, I would like to give caller 2815 one more opportunity to try to unmute. Caller 9557, if you will please follow the prompts to unmute at this time by pressing *6. The floor is yours.
Thank you. Good evening. My name is Eleanor Torres, and I'm calling on behalf of the Port of Long Beach. Thank you for hearing our earlier comments about keeping the Port of Long Beach fully connected to the City of Long Beach. We are very much part of the Long Beach community. The way Long Beach has been districted now, it's been really helpful for the port to be able to work hand in hand with our elected state and federal representatives. The Port of Long Beach moves cargo valued at more than $200 billion annually and supports more than 51,000 jobs in Long Beach and more than 2.6 million in the United States. Recent media attention has put a huge spotlight on the specific needs of our port that are critical to the economic stability and growth of our region and our nation. We're very grateful that 10 years ago, the state's independent redistricting commission kept Long Beach mostly together. The city and Port of Long Beach want to continue to lead on economic growth that is sustainable and more climate resilient. And to do that, we need strong legislative representation that will continue to be dedicated to these unified goals. Because the large majority of Long Beach is currently kept intact in single state and congressional districts, we have been empowered to better serve our local communities. We're able to work together in ways that have really, truly benefited our city. The port thanks you for supporting visualizations that keep Long Beach together. We know you have had a tough job to do this and really appreciate your time and effort. Thank you.
Thank you so much. And caller with the last 42815, you were unable to unmute earlier. If you do wish to give comment and we can get you unmuted, please press *6. One more time. The floor is yours.
Thank you. Thank you for taking my call. I'm calling from Cupertino, California, which is in the Santa Clara district. This is regarding CS 17 and 18. Presently, Cupertino, Sunnyvale, and these areas are bundled together with Milpitas, Fremont, Union City, and CS 17 basically. Although we do not share anything much in common with them. This part of the valley is the heart of the tech community, and the Santa Clara County could go as a single unit. We share a lot more in common with Los Gatos, Saratoga, Mountain View, Palo Alto, including city borders, school districts, water companies, and the like, including highways like 85, 101. It would be better to have all of these unified as a single district so we can have a representative who best represents the interests of this constituency. The demographics of Santa Clara County, especially in the South Bay, is a lot more tied to the fortunes of Mountain View, Palo Alto than Fremont or Union City. So my recommendation would be to have the entire Santa Clara County, especially the cities of Cupertino and Sunnyvale, to be joined entirely with the Saratoga, Los Gatos, and the Mountain View, and that part of the district. So that is what I have to say. Thank you.
Thank you so much. And Chair, that is everyone has spoke.
Wonderful. Well, Katie, thank you so much for managing this process. If by my count, we had over 60 callers this afternoon, so I really appreciate everyone from the public who took the time to follow this process and to call in. We are listening. We hear you. We are not done yet. We don't have any maps that are actually done at this point. So we really appreciate the public taking the time to weigh in on this process. You all help make this process what it is. We really appreciate that. For those watching, if you didn't have a chance to weigh in this afternoon on the phone lines, again, please feel free to write to us at the Voters First Act at crc.ca.gov. That's for email. or through the online submission form available on our website that's open 24 hours a day, and we are monitoring it on a regular basis. Later this week, on Wednesday, we will be back in session for a business meeting of the CRC. And this weekend, or later in the week, the 27th through the 30th, we'll be reviewing public presentations of district maps for those who have requested appointments. So we certainly encourage you to join us and take a look at the ideas that are coming from within the community. Those are already posted on our website. If you go into the meetings tab and look for October 21st through the 21st through the 23rd meetings, you can find those visualizations there. With that, after many days, I will call this meeting adjourned, and we will see you all on Wednesday. Thanks, everybody.